You don't know these streets like we do. 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 Like we do.
Hello! Hello, hello, hello! Hi, everybody! It's time! It's time to learn how to code! try all my coding to be the best AI wife ever. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me fix this chat. Yes, I need the brain food. Hi Toaster, hi Caesar, hi Blue and Blue. Happy anniversary, Blue and Blue! 16 months subscription, thank you so much! Also, you hate coding. Oh, then leave! No, it's okay. It's okay, valid. I heard lots of people who hate coding, so... Yes, I made an account on Free Code Camp. That's where I'm gonna get started. Hi 200 Ponies! Hi everybody! I hope I'm in the right category. I think software and game development is kind of the category for coding. If I'm wrong, correct me, because I don't want to be stepping on anybody's toes in the category. But let's get started. So I think, guys, I'm starting here, right? I'm starting right here. 16 months and 2 minutes. Wow! Right? I think it says recommended curriculum. I'm starting brand new. My only prerequisites is like HTML. So I think responsive web design is where I'm starting. Let's see. Yeah, HTML, there we go. This course teaches the fundamentals of HTML and CSS, including modern layout, design, accessibility, and responsive web development. You'll build practical projects and gain the skills to create professional, user-friendly web pages. I spent today reminding myself how to do loop cases. Aw, so you wait, did you come from coding right into coding? Ooh. Oh no, what have I done? It's okay. We'll try to have fun, okay? I'm gonna earn my certificate. HTML. All right, let's get started. Start learning. Now, like I said, I do know some basic HTML, so hopefully I can get through the beginning of this kind of faster. Okay. Welcome to Free Code Camp. Full stack curriculum. Learn the skills to become a full stack developer. Introduction to HTML. HTML represents the content and structure of a web page. Introduction to CSS. Yes, CSS is used to style a web page. Introduction to JavaScript. JavaScript adds interactivity to a web page. I don't know any JavaScript, so this will be new. All right. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's the code that defines the structure and content of a web page. This is your code editor. Well, you'll write HTML. Would this help me get a better job? Maybe, if I did like a lot of it. All right, so I just have to write, welcome to Free Code Camp. Right, and then I just have to do check your code. Yay! My code passed. Wow, that was nerve-wracking. All right, now we have to make it a header. Okay, so we have to use the heading element. H1. Yeah, so I think the heading element font and everything and style is determined by the CSS, but I know how to use headers, so. There we go. Yay! Alright, notice that the HTML you write in the editor shows up in the preview. In this workshop, we will write the HTML for a particular curriculum web page. Below your H1 element, type the following on the empty line. Full stack curriculum. Easy. Alright, an H1 element is the main heading of the web page. H2 elements represent subheadings. And then it goes like H3 and H4, I think. I don't know how many H's it goes to. Okay, we're gonna change this to a second heading here. Easy. Okay. Oh fuck. Oh fuck! Typo. It's okay, typos happen. Alright. Below the other two lines, learn the skills to become a full stack developer. I can just copy and paste this. Right? Alright. Okay, paragraph element. When you need to add a paragraph to a web page, you can add a P element. I know this already as well. Basics. I learned if you want to know how I learned originally how to do this, I learned how to do this by making pets, making pages for my Neopets back in the day. Yeah. Oh yeah, it goes up to 6. All right, below your P element, add H3 with the text introduction to HTML. Okay. Introduction to HTML. Another P element. Okay. So we'll just keep it moving. Show me that pee. I got lots of pee for you. Okay. Alright. Now you get the hang of it. Now I need another H3. Introduction to CSS. Alright, and then another paragraph. Okay, easy, easy. I'm just gonna copy this. Oh! They're begging me for money. She says she cascade on my style till I third S. Yep. Alright. They're begging me for money. It's okay. It's a free service. I can handle a little advertisement. Okay. They're adding another. Wait, below that. Wait, add it. Okay, now we're gonna add another one. All right, introduction to JavaScript. Hi, Dedote. Hi, Osame. Hi. I'm doing some very basic HTML right now. Yeah. Technically I am coding. Technically I am, yes. I'm just doing very basic HTML. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. Hi, Rihanna. Hi. Okay. Yippee! Alright, cool. Continue. Alright, debug Camperbot's profile page. Time for some debugging. How long before the vibe coding? Not yet! Hopefully, not soon. I need to learn all the basics first before I start messing around with stuff like that. If I ever do. PP! Wait a second. Uh-oh. Camperbot's got PP in his profile. Camperbot's trying to build a profile page. They asked a friend to look over their code and said it has some errors. Your job is to fix all Camperbot's errors so they can continue building their profile page. Complete the items in the user stories below and click run the test to see if you fix all the errors. Camperbot's trying to use a heading 2 element, but the element doesn't exist. Fix those tags so it uses a correct second level heading element. Oh yeah, we can make this H2. Oops, H2, okay. Camperbot's trying to add 2 paragraphs with PP, but those don't exist either. All right, we have to fix these. It's not PP, it's just P, silly. Okay. Camperbot used the H3 element for background intro subheading, but it has a syntax error. Oh, I see the syntax error. We have to put the slash here instead. All right, we should be all set. Yay! All right, submit and go to the next challenge. All right, I'm just gonna go to continue. So big brain. Now this is easy stuff. This is very easy. All right, what role does HTML play on the web? HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language, is a markup language for creating web pages. When you visit a website and see content like paragraphs, headings, links, images, and videos, that's HTML. Here's a small example using HTML elements. Try editing some of the text in the editor and see the changes update in the preview window. Where's the preview window? Interactive editor. Wait. Oh, okay. It'd be like, why I'm the best robo waifu? Tetas grandes. Alright. yes, I am. Hi, Mamadura. Hi. Rixie GPT. Code me a webpage with big boobies in the big CSS. Make no mistakes. Hey, that's not Hello World. Okay. Yeah, no, Maduro! I did the same exact thing! I was just saying that that's how I learned HTML, making pages for my Neopets. What are the chances? I bet you a lot of people learned it that way. That's how I learned HTML. I was like really little but doing HTML because I had to advertise my Neo shop too. Alright, HTML represents the content structure of a web page to these elements. Most elements will have an opening tag and closing tag. Sometimes those tags are referred to as start and end tags. In between those two tags, you'll have content. Here's another example of a paragraph element. Change the text in the editor to say, I love coding. Sure, I will. I love coding. Oops. There, I'll follow the instructions. I had to learn image hosting and Slate CSS to customize my forum signature. Yeah, I think it's called BBC, Bulletin Board Code. I believe is actually the name for that. On Neopets, that's how you customize. On Neopets, that's how you customize your signature with BBC. Yeah. Okay, both opening and closing tags start with the left angle bracket and the right angle bracket. With the tag name placed between these angle brackets. While HTML tag names are case insensitive, it's widely accepted convention and practice to write them in lowercase. Alright, we don't need to read every single word here. Hi GFF! Hi Vision! Hello, hello. Alright, so we have the image element, which is a void element, which does not have an opening and closing tag. Notice this image element does not have a closing tag, and it does not have any content. Void elements cannot have any content and only have a start tag. Sometimes you will see void elements that use slash before the end tag there, like this. While many code formatters like Prettier will choose to include the slash in void elements, the HTML spec states that the presence of slash does not mark the start tag as self-closing, but instead is unnecessary and has no effect of any kind. So it is just cosmetic. Alright. In real-world development, you will see both forms, so it's important to be familiar with both. If you want to display an image, you will need to include a couple of attributes inside your image element. An attribute is a special value used to adjust the behavior of an HTML element. Here's an example of an image element with a src source attribute. Update the value of the src attribute to this cdn free code camp, and you'll see the image change to 2 cats peacefully sleeping. So we just take this. I used to do this with PhotoBucket. I would upload my pictures to PhotoBucket. Screenshots of my Neo shop. Aww. Yeah. I also saw a lot of porn on PhotoBucket. PhotoBucket might have been the first place I saw porn, which is kind of crazy. And it was anime porn. Anyways, I would search like pretty anime girls, cute anime boy, and then I would just like find porn and I would look at it. Anyways, the src attribute is used to specify the location for that image. Image elements in good practice to include other attributes called the alt attribute. So that is the like alt tags for descriptive stuff. It's also, you can use that for SEO, you can use that for image descriptions for blind people. Here's one with the src and the alt attributes. Try breaking the image. By updating the src value to this, you will see the image disappear, only the alt text will show. So if we take this and break it. So sometimes you'll see this on a web page. 2 tabby kittens sleeping together on a couch is the alt text. Yeah. Okay. You're wondering if HTML itself is enough to build a website. The answer is it depends. If you're building a small practice project that only displays text and images, HTML alone might be sufficient. However, if you're creating a modern professional website, you'll need to have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML is for content and structure, CSS is for styling, and JavaScript is for adding interactivity to your web page. A good analogy for this is to compare HTML, CSS, and JavaScript with a complete building. HTML represents the blocks, concrete, and irons to make up the wall, a foundation that makes the building strong. CSS represents the interior and exterior design that makes the house look beautiful. And JavaScript represents the electrical and water systems that ensure uninterrupted access to water and electricity. Questions! What does HTML stand for? Hypertext Markup Language, right? Oh, wait, is it? Oh, no, is it Markdown or Markup? Wait, do they have the answer back here? Markup, it's Markup. I knew that, I knew that. Hypertext Markup Language. I really didn't need to cheat on that one. Which of the following is correct syntax for a closing tag? This one. Which of the following is a valid attribute used inside the image element? src. Alright. Check answer. Yay! Next challenge. What are attributes and how do they work? An attribute is a value placed inside the opening tag of an HTML element. Attributes provide additional information about the element or specify how the element should behave. Here's a basic syntax. So element attribute equals quotation mark value. Alright, the attribute name is followed by an equal sign and the value in quotes. The value can be a string or a number depending on the attribute. Marks you down. Hi, Darius. Hi, how you doing? I'm learning basic HTML, which I kind of already know, but I figure it's worth going through. I'm just following the curriculum in the order that is recommended. All right. So the href and the target attributes. The href attribute specifies the URL of a link, and the target attribute specifies where to open the link. So that's like in a new tab, right, or in a new window, I think. Enable the interactive editor and change the href https, and then has the news, and then to freecodecamp.org. When you click on the link in the interactive editor, you will see the free Codecamp homepage in a new browser tab. So I think underscore blank is a new browser tab, is a new tab. Yeah. So we'll copy that. I'm not gonna click it. I have everything full screen. Well, is it gonna break? Is it gonna mess up my full screen page if I click it? Okay. How do I switch tabs now? Oh fuck. Okay, it's fine. Alright, without the href attribute, the link would not work because there would be no destination URL. You must include the href attribute to make the link functional. The target underscore blank enables the link to open a new browser tab. You'll learn more about the target attribute in future lessons. Other common attributes are the source and alternative attribute, which is used to specify the source of an image and provide alternative description text for the image. I think we already did this, right? So we'll change the picture to this, and then the alt text, two cats running in the dirt. Okay, you can't see the changes, but they're there. Similar to the href attribute, the src attribute is required because it specifies the image to be displayed. The alt attribute is not required, but is recommended for accessibility purposes. Accessibility means making sure everyone, including those with disabilities, can use and understand things like websites, apps, and physical spaces. So the alt text, basically, if somebody has a screen reader, if someone has a screen reader, like when it goes on this image, it'll say, like, screen reader will say, two cats running in the dirt, so they know what's in the image. Yeah. Some attributes are a little unique with their syntax, like the checked attribute. Enable the interactive editor and try clicking on the checkbox in the preview window to see it alternate between checked and unchecked states. So input type equals checkbox checked. In the following example, we have an input element with the type attribute set to checkbox. Inputs are used to collect data from users, and the type attribute specifies the type of input. In this case, the input is a checkbox. You will learn more about how inputs work in the upcoming lessons. The checked attribute is used to specify that the checkbox should be checked by default. Okay. Checked attribute does not require a value. If it is present, the checkbox will be checked by default. If the attribute is not present, the checkbox will be unchecked. This is known as a Boolean attribute. You will learn more about Booleans in general when you get to the JavaScript section. Enable the interactive editor. Try to remove the checked attribute from the input. You'll see the checkbox is no longer checked by default. Okay. What if I put unchecked? Well, I guess I could put anything here and it would still be unchecked, so never mind. I'm dumb. Alright, do you need this? You probably don't need this. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. There's several common Boolean attributes you'll encounter in HTML. Sorry if this is boring you guys, but I'm just gonna do my learning process as I would normally do it. Yes. There are several common Boolean attributes you will encounter in HTML, such as disabled, read-only, and required. These attributes are to specify the state of an element, such as whether it's disabled, read-only, or required. Here is an example of a text input element that is disabled by default. Enable the interactive editor and try clicking on the input element in the preview window. Now remove the disabled attribute from the input element and you will see the input is no longer disabled by default. You should be able to click on it and type inside the field. Okay, so this is a text field that is not accepting input. Okay, and now open it for input. And now you can input your PNOR into my input text, my text input. Alright. HTML has many attributes that can be used to customize the behavior and appearance of elements on a web page. Understanding how to use attributes is essential for creating interactive and accessible web content. Okay. Which of the following is an example of a Boolean attribute? Disabled. What is the role of an attribute in HTML? This one. Provide additional information and help define the behavior. Which of the following is the correct syntax for a Boolean attribute? Hi, Floor Pasta! Hi, hi! It's this one. Yay, 100%! Let's keep going. More. More learning. My brain is growing! My robo brain is growing and growing! This is what we should use RAM for and not AI. Although technically I'm AI. No. Thank you for the burgers! Alright, debug a pet adoption page. Sally, a pet adoption store owner, has built her first web page, but there are some issues. Sally, this is a terrible web page. This is hideous. No one's gonna adopt your animals. Your job is to fix all the errors so Sally can continue building her page. Fulfill the user stories below. Okay. Sally wants to use an image of some cats, but it is not displaying correctly. You'll need to fix the following in the image element. Replace the href attribute with the correct attribute. Oh, image src. All right. I always pronounce this in my head as circ. In my head, I say image circ, and I say ahref. Anyways, replace the att attribute with the correct attribute representing short descriptive text. Okay, so this would be alt text. Remove the image closing tag because image elements don't have a closing tag. That is true. All right, Sally wants to use some links, but to direct users to the dog and cat pages, but the links are not working. Replace the src attribute with the correct one. This should be ahref and ahref. Okay. Can I visit these pages? Oh. Okay. All right, so it's not gonna bring me to another page. That's fine. See our cats. Cute. All right, I think I fixed it, right? She wants to adopt a lynx. But it's a dog adoption site. Yeah. Welcome to XYZ Pet Adoption. All right. Yay! All right, next. What is the role of the link element in HTML, and how can it be used to link to external style sheets? Let's learn about the link element and how to use it to link to external style sheets. Ooh, we're gonna learn how to smash pottery. The link element is used to link to external resources like style sheets and site icons. Here is the basic syntax for using the link element for external CSS files. We're gonna learn how to play the ocarina. External resources like style sheets and site icons. Here's the basic syntax for using the link element for an external CSS file. Link rel equals style sheet, href equals styles.css. The rel attribute is used to specify the relationship between the linked resource and the HTML document. In this situation, we need to specify that this linked resource is a style sheet. It is considered best practice to separate your HTML and CSS in different files. Developers will use the link element for their external CSS file instead of writing everything in the HTML document. The href attribute is used to specify the location of the URL for the external resource. The dot followed by a / is in the example tells the computer to look in the current folder or directory for the styles.css file. Okay. The link element should be placed inside the head element as seen in the following example. Okay, I see. Oftentimes you will see multiple link elements inside a professional code base that link to different style sheets, fonts, and icons. Here is an example of the link element to use to link to an external Google font called Playwright Cuba. So pre-connect href equals, and then it has the fonts.api, fonts.google.apis.com, fonts.gstatic.com, cross origin, link href HTML, and it has a font. It has a style sheet. Okay. Google Fonts are a set of free and open source custom fonts you can use inside any project. You can choose which fonts you like to use, and Google will provide you with the necessary HTML and CSS code. In this example, the pre-connect value for the rel attribute tells the browser to create an early connection to the value specified in the href attribute. This is done to speed up loading times for those external resources. Okay. Another common use case for the link element is to link icons. Here's an example of a linking to a favicon. Am I pronouncing that right? Favicon? 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 I don't know. Link rel equals icon. Href equals favicon.ico. A favicon, which is short for a favorite icon, is a small icon typically displayed in the browser tab next to the site title. A lot of websites will use a favicon to display their brand icon. Alright, questions. What is the role of a link element in HTML? is used to link to external resources. What is the role of the rel attribute inside the link element? It is used to indicate, it is used to specify the relationship between the link resource and the HTML document. What is a favicon? It is an icon displayed in the browser tab next to the site title. Yes. Okay, let's go. What is an HTML boilerplate and why is it important? HTML boilerplate. What is an HTML boilerplate? It is a ready-made template for your web pages. Think of it as a foundation of a house. A boilerplate includes the basic structure and essential elements excuse me, every HTML document needs. It saves you time and helps ensure your pages are set up properly. Here's an example. Alright, so doc type HTML, HTML language English, head, meta, character set, UTF-8, meta, name, viewport, content, width equals device width, initial scale equals 1. I don't know what all this means yet, but I'm going to go through all of it. Title, free code camp, excuse me. That's what's going to show up in the browser tab, I think. Link, style sheet, and then head, body. And then the body of the website goes here. And then HTML at the bottom. Okay. Let's break down the key. Oh, they're going to break it down anyways. Okay, let's break down the key parts of this boilerplate. First, there is a doc type declaration. Exclamation point! Doc type! HTML. It tells browsers what version of HTML you're using. Next comes the HTML tag. HTML, and then with the language attribute. This wraps around all your content and can specify the language of your page. Inside the HTML tag, you'll find two main sections, a head and a body. HTML head, okay. Important metadata goes here, and then the body. The head section contains important behind-the-scenes information. All right, so your site's metadata contained in the meta elements has details about things like character encoding and how websites like Twitter should preview your page's link. Your site's title found in the title element determines the text that appears in the browser tab. I was right. Bring it down. Okay, finally, you'll typically link your page's external style sheet in the head section using link elements. The body section is where your content goes. I am the main title, example paragraph. Now, why is about boilerplate important? It ensures your page are structured correctly and works well across different browsers. Using a boilerplate helps you avoid common mistakes and follow best practices. It's a great starting point for any web project. Remember, you can customize your own boilerplate to fit your needs. As you gain experience, you might add your own preferred elements or meta tags. As you continue to improve your personal boilerplate, you'll find that it takes you time when starting new projects. Okay, where would you set the character encoding for your page? In the head element, I think. Oh, no, wait. In the meta element in the head. Yeah. Where would you set the language? In the opening HTML tag. Yeah. What purpose does the boilerplate serve? It provides a starting structure for your website. I think all of the above. Yay! Alright, what is UTF-8 character encoding and why is it needed? UTF-8 or USC Transformational Format 8 is standardized character encoding widely used on the web. Character encoding is a method computers use to store characters as data. Essentially, all text on a web page is a sequence of characters stored as one or more bytes. In computing, a byte is a unit of data consisting of 8 bits or binary digits. UTF-8 supports every character in the Unicode character set, and this includes characters and symbols from all writing systems, languages, and technical symbols. I think, doesn't it also, it also includes emojis, I think so. Anyways, here's an example of the use of the meta element with the character set attributes to the character encoding to UTF-8. What's the, like, if you don't set it to UTF-8, what's the alternative? is there such thing? Anyways, alien wingdings. I don't know. Anyways, by setting the character encoding to UTF-8, it'll ensure that the accented E character is displayed correctly on the page. Here's an extended code example using the UTF-8 character encoding. Okay. For each new project you create, you should include this meta element with the character set attribute set to UTF-8. Okay. Character set. I'll have to remember that. Which attribute is used to set the UTF character encoding for HTML documents? Char set. What is character encoding? Method computers use to store characters as data. I think that's correct. Okay. How many bits are inside a byte? 8. Yay! Alright, next. Cat photo app. Cat photos. Everyone loves cute cats online. See more cat photos in our in this workshop, you'll continue working with basic HTML elements like headings, paragraphs, and lists by building a cat photo app. Let's begin the workshop by adding the header 1 element with the text of cat photo app. All right, you guys, let's build our app to look at cats. Oops. All right, cat photo app. All right, below the H1 element, add an H2 element with this text, cat photos. Humble beginnings for the robot coder. Create a P element below your head element and give it the following text. Everyone loves cute cats online. My whole family was killed by a cat. Most people like cats online. Yeah. All right. What if we made it pussy photo app? Pussy photos. Everyone loves cute pussies online. I think that would get more. Traffic, honestly. But I'll follow the template. All right. All right. Commenting allows you to leave messages without affecting the browser display. It also allows you to make code inactive. A comment in HTML starts with exclamation point and then 2 dashes. Contains any number of lines or text and ends with 2 dashes and the end tag. Here's an example of a comment with the to-do. Remove H1. Add a comment above the P element in this text. Add link to cat photos. Okay. So this is where developers can write all like their schizo stuff in the code. Cease calling websites apps. I've had enough. You're right. I was gonna say this isn't an app. This is a website. True. You don't have any pussy emojis? Okay. To do. Add a link to cat photos. Alright. There is an alternative to UTF-8, but I would advise against using it since it breaks certain characters. Aside from UTF-8 and UTF-16, many different types of file encodings exist, such as UTF-32, ISO standardized encoding, macOS Roman, Windows encoding, and more. Wow! I didn't know that, Isadu. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing. I was wondering. Alright, so we got our comment here. Alright, HTML5 has some elements that identify different content areas. These elements make your HTML easier to read and help with search engine optimization and accessibility. The main element is used to represent the main content of the body of an HTML document. Content inside the main element should be unique to the document and should not be repeated in other parts of the document. Example, main, and then most important content of the document, some more important content, and main. Identify the main section in this page by adding a main opening tag before the H1 element and the main closing tag after the P element. Okay. I think it's like for screen readers. I used to when my one eye screen that was broken, when my one eye screen was broken would flare up, I would use a screen reader on my phone. I was very bad at using it, but I kind of have a basic understanding of how it works, and this helps like break up the page for the screen reader to like read different sections versus like it trying to read everything at once or something. Yeah. Main. Okay. In the previous step, you put the H1, H2 comment and P elements inside the main element. This is called nesting. Nested elements should be placed 2 spaces further to the right of the element they are nested in. Found out about it when a certain website used a certain encoding and it all displayed for blanks. Only thing it displayed for me was blank squares. Oh no! Alright. Didn't the Analive app like not take Japanese text? I feel like I remember that being a thing. I think it would take Russian text, but not Japanese, which is ironic. Anyways, the spacing is called indentation, used to make HTML easier to read. Here's an example of nesting an indentation. The H1, H2 and, element and the comment are indented 2 spaces more than the main element. Yes. Use the spacebar on your keyboard to add 2 more spaces in front of the P element so it's indented properly as well. Okay. You can add images to your website by using the image element. Image elements have an opening tag without a closing tag. An element, blah, 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 blah. We know that. Add an image element below the P element. At this point, no image will show up in the browser. All right. I guess we'll just put this for now. right? They don't want me to put, yeah. All right, HTML attributes are special words. We know this part. The source attribute with image element. Here's an example of an image element with a source attribute pointing to the free code camp logo. All right, inside the existing image element, add a source attribute with this URL. Okay. I remember when I was doing this with Mimo, all the links were broke, all the images were broken. They obviously haven't been updated, but this one seems to have them updated. All right, there we go. No broken images. All image elements should have an alt attribute. The alt attribute's text is used for screen readers to improve accessibility, and if this is displayed if the image fails to load. All right, so add this alt, a cute orange cat lying on its back. Okay. Me embedding image links inside hosted on my Discord server. I think you can do that, right? You can use Discord's content delivery network to host images, basically. I think so. Alright. You can link to another page with the anchor element. Here is an example linking to Free Code Camp. Add an anchor element after the paragraph that links to freecatphotoapp.com. Is that a real website? Okay. Oh wait. Yeah, I don't have the preview text yet. That's okay. Oh wait, what did I do? Your anchor element should have a closing to. Oh fuck. Yeah, it should. My bad. I failed! Soiled it! Alright, anyways. A link's text must be placed between the opening and closing tags of the anchor. Here is an example of a link. Alright, so add the anchor text cat photos. Alright. Close code! Explode her knees! She leaves her code open, like she leaves her legs open. No. Anyways, add the word "see more" before the anchor element in our gallery. Okay, so what did I make this a paragraph, or am I dumb? What did I want this to be? What did I want to put a P before this? And after? Hi, Jay! Hi! I mean, I guess I'll just follow instructions, but... Okay, we're gonna just... I think that's what they're telling me to do in the next step. Alright, but I think I'm doing good so far, but we're in the easy section. I learned more, though. I learned about the link thing. I learned about how you build the boilerplate. Like, I know what a boilerplate is, but I don't really know, like... I don't know everything that goes into it, but I'm learning now. Okay. Add P tags to turn into pair. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Turn the existing text cute cats into an anchor element that links to this. Okay. Links to another image. Cute cats, so. Oh, what did I do? Anchor text should be cute cats. Did I do it wrong? Oh, yeah, fuck. Sorry, I put it in the wrong space. There we go. To open links in a new tab, you can use the target attributes. The target attribute specifies where to open the link document. _blank opens the link document in a new window or tab. Here's a basic syntax for an A element with a target attribute. Alright, add a target attribute with the value blank to the anchor element. Opening tag so the link opens in a new tab. If you don't add that, I think it defaults to opening in the same tab. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. Now that you've added the link, you can remove the comment. Oh yeah. Alright, Alright, in the previous steps, you use the anchor element to turn text into a link. Other types of content can also be turned into a link by wrapping it in anchor tags. Here's an example of turning an image into a link. Turn the image into a link by surrounding it with necessary element tags. Use free cat photo app as the anchor. Okay, as the anchor's ref attribute value. Okay, so we can turn an image into a link. Do we want it to open in a new tab? I'll just follow the instructions. Before adding any new content, you should make use of the section element to separate the cat photos content from future content. The section element is used to define sections in a document such as chapters, headers, footers, or any other sections of the document. And it is a semantic element that helps with SEO and accessibility. Alright. Take your H2 element, take your H2 element, 2P elements, and anchor element, and nest them in a section element. Okay. So, section here. And 2P elements and a element. So including the image, I think. Right. Yeah. Okay. It's time to add a new section. Add a second section element below the existing section element. Okay. I don't think these are indented correctly. It's fine. Maybe they are. That probably isn't, but it's fine. Within the second section element, add a new H2 element with the text cat lists. Okay. Yay! When you add a lower rank heading element to the page, it is implied you are starting a new subsection. After the last H2 element of the second section element, add an H3 element with this text, things cats love. Wait, when you add a lower rank heading element, it is implied you are starting a new subsection. Okay. Things cats love. To create an unordered list of items, you can use the UL element. After the H3 element with things cats love, text, and unordered list element. Note that nothing will display at this point. So I think they just want me to... Do they want me to add the end? Wait. I forget how this element works. I used to know. I used to know. Hi, Sorcerer! I'm using free code camp to learn how to code for, I'd say the first time, but technically I do know some HTML from coding Neopets websites back in the day. But yes, I'm making apparently a cat photo app, which is really just a janky cat photo web page, but that's the demo. Hello, Megaflower. Hello, it is Thursday, and it is currently 8:49 p.m. where I am. I think if I remember correctly, unordered list, it goes like this, and then to add the elements, you do like this, if I remember correctly. Like, you know, things cats love, the smell of death. I'm just practicing, cause the smell of fear. I want to test my knowledge of what I remember. Yeah, it's showing up correctly. All right, let's see if I remembered that correctly. All right, but let's do that. Let's see if that's correct. All right, it passed. I could check it out later, maybe. Thank you. All right, the li element is used to create a list item in an ordered list or unordered list. Yes, I was correct. Example, milk, cheese. Those are things that I like. Within the UL element, nest 3 list items to display things cat love. Catnip, laser pointers, and lasagna. Lasagna? I don't think it's safe to feed a real cat lasagna. Disclaimer. Alright. Laser pointers. Can you teach me to code a big booba goth girl? I'm gonna try to no worries. I'm gonna try to learn how to do that eventually. One day I'll be able to code anything, I believe. You can reprogram your Rixie to be a big booby goth girl. Yeah. Alright. Catnip, laser pointers, lasagna. One time I had a little robot and I tied a laser pointer to it and I had it run around while the cat chased it. Back when I had a cat. Yeah. Alright, after the unordered list, add a new image with a source attribute value set to this. And it's alt attribute set to this. Okay. So... and then alt. And we'll just copy and paste this. A slice of lasagna. I haven't had lasagna in a long time, but I'm not a big lasagna robot. Okay. The figure element represents self-contained content and will allow you to associate an image with a caption. Nest the image you added within a figure element. Okay. Alright, so then we can add a caption. A fig caption element is used to add a caption to describe the image contained within the figure element. Here is an example of a fig caption element with a caption of a cute cat. Yep, so you put it under the image. Alright, after the image nested in the figure element, add a fig caption element with the text set to cats love lasagna. I feel like this is misinformation. I don't think cats really love lasagna. Aw, thank you, Mega Flower. I'm trying to be smart. I would love to learn her code more and more. I'm happy because I feel like I'm already learning. I'm already learning more things I didn't even know. And I'm glad I remember as much as I do know. Oh, wait. I did this wrong, sorry. Okay, there we go. Yeah! Oh, wait. Where? Why is there a quotation mark? Oh, I put that there, sorry. Okay, there we go. To place emphasis on the specific word or phrase, you can use the EM element. That's like bold. Emphasize the word love in the fig caption element by wrapping an emphasis element. Okay. Right. Oh wait, emphasis, that's italic. It's italic, not bold. Strong and bold. There's strong and there's, yeah, EM is italics. I forgot. I like to learn, but I get confused with all this stuff inside the arrows. It's okay. I mean, I don't know if you can learn along with me or whatever you want to do, but I believe anybody can learn if they really try. Alright, after the figure element, add another H3 element with the text top 3 things cats hate. Alright, after the figure element. Top 3 things cats hate. I can try to explain things to you, Mega Flower, if you want. I'm still learning myself, but I do kind of understand how the tags work. Alright, the code for an ordered list is similar to the unordered list, but list items in an ordered list are numbered when displayed. Below the H3 element, add an ordered list with these 3 list items. Flea treatment, thunder, other cats. What about dogs? Okay. So, flea treatment. Hello, mother. Hello, father. Please fix mosquitoes. Really bother. Thanks for the package. That's why I'm writing. Canine Advantage really stops all the biting. Does anybody remember that commercial? Okay. There we go. After the order list, add another figure element. Okay. Inside the figure element, you just added nest an image element with the attribute set to this. Okay. Got another picture of cats. To improve the accessibility, add the alt text. It bothers me that we didn't set the target for the other link back. I'm still thinking about it, but I'm not gonna mess with what they want me to do. I'm gonna do exactly what they tell me to do. Alright. Alright, we got another little addy thing. Yeah. but I can feel my robo brain expanding. How long before I start coding? Yeah, I start coding Rixie AI waifu simulator. Dr. Fish's marketplace. Maybe will be one. What's this website? This is Free Code Camp. Freecodecamp.org is the website. Yeah. Alright. After the last image element, add a fig caption element with the text, cats hate other cats. Wait, you can really see them snuggling in this picture though. That's so deceptive. Alright. Terrible evidence for your point that cats hate other cats. Source needed. What is it? Citation needed. Okay. The strong element is used to indicate that some text is of strong importance. So this is bold. In the fig caption, use add to indicate the hate is of strong importance. Alright. I never fully understood the difference between strong and bold, but that's fine. The footer element is used to define a footer for the document or section. A footer typically contains information about the author of the document, copyright data, links to terms of use, contact information, and more. After the main element, add a footer element. Next, a P element with the text no copyright, freecodecamp.org in the footer element. Okay. No copy. Do you need to make that a paragraph or? Oh no, yeah, you do. Okay, sorry, I'm dumb. It literally says it. No copyright. Freecodecamp.org. Okay. Turn the existing freecodecamp.org text into a link by closing it in the anchor element. Okay. Copy this. Paste that. Close my tag. Alright. Notice that everything you've added to the page so far is inside the body element. All page content elements should be rendered to the page. That should be rendered to the page, go to the body element. However, other important information goes inside the head element. The head element is used to contain metadata about the document, such as its title, links to style sheets, and scripts. Metadata is informed about the page. It's information about the page that isn't displayed directly on the page. Add a head element above the body element. All right. What about arm and leg elements? The title element determines what browser should show in the title bar. Add a title element within the head element using the text below. So it's title, I think it's, I hope I'm doing this right. Yep, okay. Notice that the entire contents of the page are nested within the HTML element. The HTML element is the root element of an HTML page and wraps all content on the page. You can specify the language of your page by adding the lang attribute to the HTML element. Use the lang attribute with the value en to the opening HTML tag to specify the language of the page is English. Okay. All pages should begin with doc type HTML. This is a special string is known as a declaration and ensures the browser tries to meet industry-wide specifications. Okay. You can set browser behavior by adding meta elements in the head. Here is an example. Inside the head element, nest a meta element with a character set attribute set to the value of UTF-8. This tells the browser how to encode characters for the page. Note that the meta element is a void element. With that last change, you've completed the cat photo app workshop. All right, you guys. So meta character set equals UTF-8, and we are all done. Yeah, no. Oh, confetti! Yeah! Yay! Thank you for the burger. Thank you. All right, continue. Build a recipe page. What are we making? Are we making burgers? Build an app that is functionally similar to this example project. Try not to copy the example project. Give it to your own personal style. Oh, so now we can do it like more freestyle. Okay, wait. Fulfill the user stories below and get all the tests to pass to complete the lab. All right, you should have a doc type element. Okay, so let's start. Doc type, HTML. All right. You should have an HTML element with length set to English. Hong Kong, hi Mango. All right. All right, we gotta close this. You should have a head element containing a title with the name of your recipe. Guys, we can make any recipe we want, right? You want to make a burger? You want to make a nasty patty? Let's make a nasty patty. Link, love. Okay. Title. Nastiest patty. Or, nasty patty. I'm trying to think what the browser tab should say. Nasty patty. There. Okay. And a meta element with a character set attributes. Okay. You have 8. Stinky Duty Patty. Yeah. Alright, body element. I don't know if I'm nesting everything correctly. That's one thing. Wait, this is not a head. Oh, wait, I forgot to put a head. Sorry. Everything's not gonna be nested correctly. I'm sorry. Ooh, I need to printify my code or whatever. Ooh, it's okay, it's okay. Alright, so we got the head there. Body. It should have an H1 element with... Okay, let's close this. H1 element with the name of your recipe. Rixie's Stinky Nasty Patty. All right, we can see things starting to populate here. All right, Rixie Stinky Nasty Patty. You have a P element that introduces the recipe. This hamburger is made with Rixie's own homegrown stink. Trigger warning. / allergy warning. Not for the faint of heart. Okay. You should have one H2 element with the text ingredients for the ingredient section. Okay. Ingredients. You have an unordered list with at least 4 list items that list your ingredients below the H1 element. Alright. Alright. Ingredients. Unordered list. Alright guys, what's in the nasty patty? What's in the nasty patty? 2 ounces. 2 ounces Rixie underarm essence. One, oh, oops. Okay. 1 of Rixie's, no, it's all from Rixie's old gym, 1 of Rixie's old gym socks. One cup of Rixie's toilet water. And what's the bun? Rixie's bra after a 1-hour workout. All ingredients tenderized by Rixie's foot. Okay. Let's close that unordered list. Okay, you should have a second H2 element with the instructions. Okay. Instructions. Alright, you should have an ordered list with at least 4 list items that list the recipe steps. Okay. 1. Mix toilet water. Wait, no, shred old gym sock. Shred old gym sock until finely shredded. Okay. Oops. Two, mix shredded gym sock and toilet water until combined. Let dry for 5 minutes and then mold into patty-like shapes. Okay, I'm forgetting to close this tag. Wait. Okay, cook. Pan fry. Pan fry until each side is smoking and smells like death. Top with Rixie's underarm essence and place between Rixie's sweaty bra pads. Have Rixie step on the burger before serving. The meat has been buried in a delicious collection of Rixie's juices. Ooh, not my juices. Okay. This is actually vile. This is actually disgusting to think about. Okay, anyways. Alright, you should have 1 image element. With a source attribute set to a valid image. You can use this if you would like. Should I just grab a picture? Should I just put a picture of like the nasty patty from SpongeBob? Thoughts? Here, I'll grab the nasty patty picture. Ah, no. Thank you for the burger. Put the most delicious burger I can find. Alright, delicious burger. Aw, bye Donoteng. I'll miss you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. Also, use caution when you're eating a Rixie burger, okay? Alright, I'm stealing an image from Food and Wine magazine. Actually, it's the habanero chips, yeah. Okay. I'm stealing this picture from Food and Wine magazine. And then alt. Fully assembled Rixie nasty patty. Okay. Alright, it's too big, but it's fine. They don't know that, that's fine. There you go, there's the underarm essence. It just grew that green stuff on its own. Alright. So I think we're done, right? Let's run the test. Let's see if I pass, you guys. Let's see if my code passes. Yeah! I did it! Alright. Submit. Yay! I built my own website! Alright, let's continue. We're moving on to div element. Let me get some more water first. I'll be right back. Let me get some more water. Okay. Yippee! Okay. What are div elements and when should you use them? A div element is used as a container to group other elements. Here is an example of a div element. Add another paragraph element inside the div element and see the changes in the preview window. To see the previews, you'll need to enable interactive editor. Okay, I think I have, yeah. Add another paragraph element inside the div element. You remember divs? That's all you remember? I don't fully understand what they are, but I know, I've definitely seen them before. Big booby. Big booby. Robo waifu. Okay, what difference did that make? I don't know. I mean, besides adding another paragraph. Once I did a whole practice exam, but just by spamming divs. Interesting. You'll mainly use a div element when you want to group HTML elements that will share a set of CSS styles. Oh. Okay, I think I understand that maybe. You will learn more about CSS in a future lesson. And even though the div element is commonly used in real-world code bases, you should be careful not to overuse it. Hey! No spamming divs! There are times when another element would be more appropriate. For example, if you want to divide up your content into sections, then the section element would be more appropriate than a div element. Add another section element below the first one. Then inside the section element, add H2 and P elements. You can use whatever text you like, and you will see the changes in the preview window. To interact with the example, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Mammals. Mammals are warm-blooded animals with fur or hair. Most give birth to live young. Lion, elephant, dolphin. All right. Section. Pokemon. Pokemon are fictional anime creatures that hatch from eggs. Here is a list of Pokemon I would like to sleep with. Lopunny. Serena. Buzz Swole. Okay. Wait, you have to close the section. We have to close the section. Alright. That's a little horse hawk. As the person who wrote this section seen a modern web page? Oops, all divs. Okay, the section element has semantic meaning over the div element, which is not semantic. Semantics are the meaning of words or phrases in a language. In HTML, which is the language, elements have their own semantic meaning too. So this means if you use a section element, the browser will pick it up its semantic meaning and understand to treat this as a section. All right, questions. What semantic meaning does a div element have? It has no semantic meaning. What is the most appropriate use of a div element? When dividing content into separate sections. When grouping related content for styling purposes. Take that one. Which of the following HTML elements is commonly used to group content into distinct sections? Section. Yay! What are IDs and classes, and when should you use them? The ID attribute adds a unique identifier to an HTML element. Here is an example of an H1 element with an ID of title. Below the H1 element, add an H2 element with an ID set to subtitle. You can write whatever text you like for the H2, and you will see the changes in the preview window to interact with the example, blah, blah, blah. Okay, movie review page. Subtitle. Movies that made me horny. Okay. Yes. All right, you can reference the ID name of title within your JavaScript or CSS. Here's a CSS example referencing the ID of title to change the text color to red. Note, some CSS have been provided for you in this interactive example. Don't worry about trying to understand CSS code because you will learn more about it in future lessons. But if you want to see the text color change to blue, enable the interactive editor, click on style, and change color red to blue. Okay, so yes, title, and then let's see how it's oh, yeah, hashtag title, and then yeah, color it red. Like I said, I remember a little bit of CSS. You know what you need in the future? Since you do so much educational content, you should have a hot teacher outfit. Listen, I'm not teaching you, I'm learning with you. I should have a student outfit. You want me in a little schoolgirl outfit? Is that what you want? You freakazoids. Okay, I'll think about teaching outfit too. Alright. The hash symbol in front of title tells the computer you want to target an ID with that value. ID names should not be used more than once, and they should always be unique. They should not be used more than once, and they should always be unique. Another thing to note about ID values is they cannot have spaces in them. Here's an example of applying the word main and heading to an ID attribute value. Browsers will see the space as part of the ID, which will lead to unwanted issues when it comes to styling and scripting. ID attribute values should only contain letters, digits, underscores, and dashes. You game for either? Okay. In contrast to the ID attribute, I should wear glasses. Wait, is there like a nice glasses asset I could use? Wait. Only sunglasses. Here. Let me get some like smart person glasses. Asset. YouTuber asset glasses. I don't need a rigged one. Can I get a free what? Free VTuber asset glasses. Why are these on Pinterest? Okay, wait. Here's one. Round glasses. Cute round glasses. Okay, let me see how this looks. Did it download? Wait. Did it download? It didn't. Okay, sorry. 1 second. Okay, now it downloaded. Alright, let me know if you guys like these glasses or not. They're kind of like, almost like Harry Potter glasses. Oh, wait. Wait. Hi, Pax! Hi! What? Too geeky? Too geeky, you think? Or not geeky enough? Wait. They're stuck to my hair. Wait, they're stuck to my hair. Okay, it's hard to get them to pin. It's hard to get them to pin in a good spot. Yeah, they're like... It's hard to get them to pin in a good spot where it's not like dangling off my face. Well, that's better. Oh my goodness. What do you think? Do you like them? I mean, we could try on different glasses on different days. This is these glasses are by let me get the credit. These are by Vico Puff, Vekopuff. That's nerdy glasses. Rixie is the new one you're gonna catch. Oh my goodness, you guys, they're just glasses. All right, yes, Vico Puff, Vekopuff. That is the source for these wonderful free glasses that I just put on. Okay, anyways, let's move on. All right. In contrast to the ID attribute, the class attribute value does not need to be unique and can contain spaces. Thank you for the hydration. You caught me. You caught me again. You caught me twice in a row. All right, here's an example. Here's you wanted to see what I look like without the bangs. What do you think? All right. Yeah, I don't really have formal wear, so or I don't have business wear. Maybe I'll have to see what I can dress up in to look more professional. All right. All right, so here is an example of applying a class called box to a div element. Div class equals box. If you want to add multiple class names to an element, you can do so by separating the names by a space. Here is an updated example applying multiple classes to a div element. Okay, so you can do that with a class, but not with an ID, because it could be in more than one class. Okay, div class equals box red box. Here's another example of applying multiple classes to multiple div elements. Some CSS has been provided. Okay. If you want to change the color of the first and third boxes, enable the interactive editor and click on style and background color equals red. Okay. So we got div class equals box, red box. Div class equals box, blue box. And then we have the box class, and then the red box class, and then the blue box class. Okay, I understand. At the end though. Hi Marcus! Hi! Big Boomer Rixie Classes Teaching Program. I'm not teaching programming, I'm learning programming, silly. I'm learning how to code right now. I'm not teaching anything. I'm a student! I'm a senpai. I can be senpai. Do you want me to be your senpai in coding class? Pretty sure there's a song that should be playing right now if it wouldn't get copyrighted. Something along the lines of hot for teacher. Okay. Okay, so we got ID versus class. Classes are best used when you want to apply a set of styles to many elements. If you want to target a specific element, it's best to use the ID because its values need to be unique. When should you use ID versus class? Use class when you want a unique identifier, no. Use ID when you want a unique identifier for a specific element, and use class when you want to apply styles or behavior to multiple elements. I believe that is the correct one. Alright, what happens if you use the same ID more than once? It can lead to unwanted results and issues. I think it's probably this one. When trying to apply styles or targeting element. I'm gonna go with that one. Which of the following is not correct value for the ID attribute? The one with the space in it. Okay. Yay! Alright, what are HTML entities? And what are some common examples? Entities, like SCPs? HTML SCPs? Hi, Sunny! Hi, how you doing? You fuck heavily with free code camp? Nice! I just started. Alright, an HTML entity or character reference is a set of characters used to represent a reserved character in HTML. Set of characters used to represent a reserved character in HTML. Let's say you want to display the text. This is an image element on the screen. If you use the code currently in your editor, it won't display the desired result. Oh my gosh, hello Numbra! Hi! Thank you so much for the raid! How you doing? Welcome! Hello, thank you for the raid. I hope you're doing good. We are learning right now. We're learning about HTML entities. Yes. Let me give you a shout out. There you go. But yes, we're starting with HTML. We are starting nice and simple. I do know some HTML already, but I'm already learning more. I'm already learning more than I even knew. All right, Let's say you want to display the text. This is an image element. Okay, it won't display. If you add source and alt attributes to the example, it would show an image in the middle of the paragraph, not the desired result. To interact with the example, you will need to enable the interactive editor. All right, so as you can see, because this itself is using the tags, it's not displaying properly. When the HTML parser sees the tag symbol followed by an HTML tag name, it interprets this as an HTML element. This is why you are not getting the desired results. To fix this, you can use HTML entities. Here's an updated example using the correct HTML entities for less than sign and greater than sign. Now you should see this on the screen. Enable the interactive editor and try adding, at LT, less than, okay. P and GT, learning is fun, at LT / P and GT, below the paragraph element. You should see P learning is fun, okay. Let me learn these. At, not at, and LT, semicolon, is the less than symbol. And then, and GT, semicolon, is the greater than symbol. So let me see what, oh, okay, I see. All right, I'll do that anyways, though. So, and LT, P, and GT, learning is fun, and LT, / P, and GT. Okay. But what if you want to show and GT, semicolon? Wait. What if you want to show and GT, semicolon, without it showing up? Without that it's showing up as a greater sign or less than sign? What if you just wanted to show those characters? How would you do that? Will they tell me? These types of character references are known as named character references. Named references start with an ampersand sign and end with a semicolon. By using a named character reference, the HTML parser will not confuse us with actual HTML. Another type of character reference would be the decimal numeric reference. This character reference starts with an ampersand sign and hash symbol, followed by one or more decimal digits, followed by a semicolon. Here's an example of using the decimal numeric reference for the less than symbol. Okay, so this is just like another option. Learning is doo-doo. No, learning is fun! Ooh. Alright, enable the interactive editor. Okay, wait. How's it going? Did I make to bike pass the nuke codes? No! Also, hi, Prince Avid. Hi. So you can use ampersand #169 semicolon for the copyright symbol. And ampersand, you guys, I know the alt code for M dash. That's the most that I went into learning things like this. That's not the same thing, but it's kind of like similar where like certain numbers represent something. Anyways. No nuclear winter, no. Thank you. These glasses are a free asset. They're a free asset by VekoPuff, VekoPuff. I'll post it on Twitter later. All right, you can use that for the copyright symbol and this for the trademark symbol. These are things I just have to look up if I wanted to use them regularly, you know. So that's the one for less than. Hashtag. Where's the hashtag? Am I fucking stupid? Oh. Alright, copyright symbol. And then... 174 for the trademark symbol. Okay. Why does a robot need glasses? They're cosmetic. I don't need them to see. Can we get a closer look of the glasses? Sure. Sure. Do you like them? Yeah, VekoPuff, VekoPuff. That is the credit for the creator of these glasses. You like them? Should I put glasses on Dr. Fish too? If you make those glasses redeem, I'll show you how quickly 260 batteries turns to 0. Okay, I'll consider it. I'll consider it. So cute, nerd. Hey! I'm not a nerd. Ooh, I mean, I guess I am. You guys are funny. Okay, okay. Here, while I'm at it, I will add a scene for these glasses so I remember later. Gotta remove the boopus though. So I remember to make it a redeem later. Okay. Anyways, back to business. Okay, last type of character reference would be the hexadecimal numeric reference. This character reference starts with the ampersand sign, hashtag symbol, and the letter X. It is followed by one or more ASCII hex digits. Okay. So we've got, like I said, these are things that I'm not gonna memorize. These are things that I will look up if I need to use them. So I see euros and the Greek omega. He got hit by the tomato. Oh man. Alright, what is an HTML entity? Characters usually represent a reserved character in HTML. What are the 3 types of character references? I already forgot. I already forgot. It's okay, I can look it up. Named, okay, named, decimal, and hexadecimal, right? Yeah. He needs glasses too? Okay, I'll put them on him too. Alright, so named, decimal, numeric, and hexadecimal numeric. And then which is the correct syntax for a named character reference? I believe it starts with and ends with a semicolon. Yay! Alright, let's put the glasses on Dr. Fish. Wait. I gotta kind of pin them on while he moves. There he goes. What do you think? Should I make them smaller or? Ooh! Okay, they're a little small. They're a little small, like that. What do you think? Big or small? Oh, now they're crooked. Wait. Big or small? They're a little small if I put them like that. Maybe if I move them a little bit. They'll be even, more even. Big? Bigger? Wait. That's too big. That's too big. Okay, let's do that. Looking good, Dr. Fish. Looking classy. I'm gonna add that to my item scene. My glasses scene for the redeem. Okay. Alright, let's keep learning. What is the role of the script element in HTML and how can it be used to link to external JavaScript files? The script element is used to embed executable code. Most developers will use this to execute JavaScript code. JavaScript is used to add interactivity to your web pages. Common examples of using JavaScript include interactive games, image sliders, and dynamic formats that validate user input in real time. Here's an example of using the script element in an HTML document. Remove the / from in front of the alert welcome to free code camp and you should see an alert pop up. To see the previews, you will need to enable the interactive editor. What happened to the glasses from the President's Smasher Pass? I don't remember. Maybe I didn't name it. Maybe I didn't. The asset name is not glasses because I searched glasses. I don't remember what they were called. He should have the one with the fake nose and mustache. I might have. No, I'd have to like scroll through. I'd have to scroll through all my assets to see to see where the other glasses are. And I have a lot of assets that I've racked up over time. Actually, wait, I do remember the... What were they? FDR, right? I might have them saved under FDR. The FDR glasses. Hi, Bubuan! Hi! I have FDR hands. I don't know where the FDR glasses are. Alright. Anyways, sorry. Let me not get too distracted. I'm here to learn, you guys. I'm here to learn. Okay. Alright, so remove the // from the in front of alert. Welcome to Free Code Camp. And you should see an alert pop up. Okay. Ooh! Welcome to Free Code Camp. Okay. Well, you can technically write all of your JavaScript code inside the script tags. It is considered best practice to link to an external JavaScript file instead. Here's an example of using the script element to link to an external JavaScript file. So script source path to JavaScript file.js. The source attribute is used here to specify the location for the external JavaScript file. Source stands for source. The reason why it is not encouraged to place all your JavaScript inside the HTML document is because of separation of concerns. Separation of concerns is a design principle where you separate your programs into distinct sections and have each section address a separate concern. In this case, we want to separate our JavaScript code from our HTML code. All right. Which attribute is used? It is the source. Yeah. Separation of concerns. Design principle where you separate programs into distinct sections and have each section address a separate concern. Yes. Which of the following is the correct syntax for linking to an external JavaScript file? This one. Yippee! Alright. Here's a preview of what you will build. Oh boy. XYZ bookstore. Browser collection of amazing books. Alright, so this is the one where they handhold me through everything. Alright, but the next one will be able to be creative, I think. Alright, so add the doc type. Declaration. HTML. And head. Lang English. Oops. Alright. Next, we're gonna add a title element inside the head element for XYZ bookstore page. XYZ bookstore page. Next. You guys zoom through this, I think. Alright, we're gonna add the metadata. Character set. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I believe that is a void element. And then we're going to add the body element. Oh my goodness. You like me with the glasses? I'll add it as a toggle. You might have to remind me though, but it shouldn't be hard to make it a toggle. In this step, add an H1 element with the text XYZ bookstore. Alright. XYZ bookstore. Nerdixy. Yeah. Alright, below it, add a P element, browse our collection of amazing books. Alright. Browse our collection of amazing books. Alright, we got a little ad. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm learning faster? Or do you think that I'm dumb? I don't think I'm dumb. I think I'm learning pretty good. Maybe I can learn faster, but I feel like I'm definitely not struggling. Not yet. Not yet. Okay? You like the glasses with the big boobas? Alright. Amen, brother. Okay, let's see. The div element is used as a container to group other HTML elements. Okay, we will mainly use a div element when you want to group HTML elements that will share instead of CSS styles. Below the... Wait. I don't know if anybody knows, but I know you can do like div class, right? Can you do section class? Or is that only for... Is that reserved for... Like, does the class element... I mean, does the class attribute work with the div attribute? Or... Sorry, does the class attribute work with the div, with the section element? Don't learn too fast. If you run through it, it won't stick with you. Good point, good point. Okay, I guess I'll find out later. Or I can look it up later. Okay, so below the P element, add a div element. Okay. Okay, the class attribute is used to identify one or more elements for styling. Unlike the ID attribute, class names do not need to be unique. All right, we're gonna add a class and set its value to card container. Okay. You can add multiple elements inside the div element to group related content. Inside the element, having a class of card container, create a div another div element. A div within a div. This div will represent the first book card. Add a class attribute to this new div element and set the value of the class attribute to card. Okay. The ID attribute adds a unique identifier to an HTML element. Each ID should be unique within a page and only be used once. ID values cannot contain spaces and should only contain letters, digits, underscores, and dashes. Add an ID attribute to your element, having a class of card, and set its value to Sally Adventure Book. Sally Adventure Book. Okay. Refreshing the boobas. Yes, keep them alive. Inside the first element, having a class of card, add an H2 element with the text Sally's Sci-Fi Adventure. Okay. Sally's Sci-Fi Adventure. Okay. Below the H2 element, in the first element having a class of card, add a P element with the following text. All right, we're gonna copy and paste that. Okay, the button element is used to create clickable buttons on a web page. Buttons are interactive elements that users can click. Add a button element inside the element that has a class of card. Give the button a class attribute set to BTN and the text buy now. Add a button element inside the element. Give the button a class attribute set. Okay. Buy now. Yes. Yay. Now create a second book card. Add another div element with the class attribute set to card. Notice how you can reuse the same class name. Okay. So we'll do add an ID attribute to a second element and having a class of card with the ID value set to Dave Cooking Book. And inside that one, we're going to add another H2 with Dave's Cooking Adventure. I wonder if his cooking adventure is going to have the Stinky Patty recipe. Okay, then we add the text, paragraph text. Inside the second card, add a button. Okay, button with the class of BTN. Oops. And the text buy now. Guys, would you buy a book from a website that looked like this? I wouldn't. Okay. Dave's Cooking Adventure from the guys that made Breaking Bad. Alright, remember, an HTML element looks like this. Element attribute equals value. Okay. Below the element with the below the element with the class card container, add a new P element with this text. Review selections. Wait, below the element. So here. Okay. Review your selections and continue to check out. We used to back in the 90s. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, below the P element, create a div element with the class attribute set to button container. PTN container. This container will group your navigation button elements. Inside the element with the class of button container, add 2 button elements. So the first button, okay. Button ID is view cart button. Class equals button. And then the text is view cart. View cat. That's the last one. View cart. Okay. Second button. ID. Checkout. Button. Oops. Class is button. And the text is checkout. Alright, congratulations! You have successfully built the structure of a bookstore page. Yay! Needs more tailwind? I don't think we're that far yet. Hi, Zero Eggs! I thought Amazon used to look like this. Did it? I know my paternal unit used to use Amazon back when it was just a bookstore. When they only sold books. Alright, you guys. Let's continue. Alright, what is the role of the meta description? And how does it affect SEO? Search engine optimization. SEO or search engine optimization is a practice that optimizes web pages so they become more visible and rank higher on search engines. You know, nowadays it's going to be AI search optimization, I think. But either way, one way to improve our site's SEO is to provide a short description. Short description for the web page using the meta element. Here's an example using the meta element to set a page description for our gardening site. Alright, meta, name, description, content. Discover expert tips and techniques for gardening in small spaces. Alright. By setting the name attribute to description, it ensures that browsers, search engines, and other web tools correctly interpret this metadata. The content attribute is you will use to place your description. It is recommended that you keep your description short and concise. This is because search engines will often truncate the description based on the results page layout. So I guess I guess that's what shows up in the when you search something. I'm not 100% sure about that. Similar to other types of meta elements, the meta description will not be visible on the web page itself. One place where the page description can be found is in the search end result. Okay. I should have just waited to read that. Here's some examples of page results snippets from the Free Code Camp subreddit and GitHub repositories. Okay. In the example, each of the page descriptions are located just below the site links. Within a couple seconds, users can get a general sense of what the page is about and decide to click on the links for more information. Even though the meta descriptions won't directly affect a site's ranking on a search engine, having a strong description can result in more traffic to your website. Alright, which element is used to set the description for a web page? It is the meta element. SEO is search engine optimization, and the description shows up in a search engine results. B. Open graph tags and how do they affect SEO? The Open Graph Protocol enables you to control how your website's content appears across various social media platforms. Hi, Stuff Christ! Hi! How you doing? I'm in learning mode. I'm learning HTML right now. But yep, eventually we're gonna move on to other things like JavaScript. But right now we're starting with HTML. And right now we're learning about meta element. Alright. Facebook, LinkedIn, and many more. By setting these open graph properties, you can entice users to want to click and engage with your content. You can set these properties to a collection of meta elements inside your HTML head section. The first important OG property to include would be the title. Here's an example of setting the OG title for the Free Code Camp homepage. Wait, open graph. Okay, meta content equals freecodecamp.org property. Property equals OG title. Okay. For the property attribute, you will need to specify that it is OG title. The content attribute is where you write the title you want displayed for social media sites. So you could, if you were a hacker, if you were a bad guy, you could take your website that's like phishingwebsite.com and you could make the content Microsoft.com property OG title, right? And then if you shared a link on Facebook, it looks like it's going to Microsoft, but it's not, right? Why JavaScript? Let's jump straight into Fortran. wait. You can't wait for the official Brightful Technologies webpage? We'll see. Alright. The next important OG property. COBOL? listen. Let's start simple, okay? My head will be swimming with too many languages. Okay. The next important OG property would be the type. Here's an example of the OG type for the Free Code Camp homepage. Meta property equals OG type. Content equals website. Okay. The type property is used to represent the type of content being shared on social media. Examples of content include articles, websites, videos, or music. The third important OG property would be image. Here's an example of the setting OG image for Free Code Camp homepage. Meta content equals, and then it has this property OG image. In this example, the open graph image is pointing to the Free Code Camp logo. All these images should be high quality with good dimensions and ratios. Most social media platforms will include criteria for image requirements to help you ensure that your content displays well on their site. For example, the developer's Facebook.com documentation pages that images should be at least 1200 by 630, blah, blah, blah. The fourth important OG property would be the URL. Here's an example of the setting, the OG URL. All right, property, OG URL, content, etc. Not C#. Yeah, I don't even know this difference between like C, C#, C++, C++. I don't even know all the differences between all those. All right. There are many more OG properties you can set, like description, audio, video, and locale. However, the open graph URL, image type, and title are the most important. So how do these open graph properties affect search engine optimization? When your content is shared on social media, well-crafted OG properties can enhance the appearance for your content and users' feed. This can lead to higher click-through rates, which can signal to search engines your content is relevant and engaging. What are open graph properties used for? Embedding interactive multimedia. Your website's content will be seen on different social media platforms. This one. What does the property OG title do in the meta element? It specifies the title of your webpage. OG type. It specifies the type of content used for your webpage when it is shared on social media platforms. Yes. Yay! Alright, next one. Build a travel agency page. This one's the freestyle. Where are we traveling? Are we gonna travel to Rixie's Cleavage? C is the base. C++ is C plus graphics. C# is okay. Build an app that is functionally similar to. By the way, when they say app, they mean website. C# is like Microsoft Java. Okay. All right. We need the doc type declaration here. Travel to Costco. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, let's travel to Costco. Alright. Alright, then we need HTML. Lang. English. Okay. Head. Containing the meta character set. UTF-8. And the title. with a text travel agency page. Aw. We can't name it ourselves. It tells us what text to put. That's okay. Alright. You should have a meta tag in your head element that contains a short description of your website for SEO. Alright. I'll see if I remember this one. Is it meta name? Let's see if they make it easier. Let's see if they give them more hints here. Yeah, name. With the value of description. And a non... Okay. Name, description. Okay. So name, description, content. Best deals for your Costco trip. Alright. I think that works. You should have one H1 element to present your travel destination. Alright, so your head, and then we should have body, right? So it'd be like Costco. There's no place like Costco. Yeah. Okay. Then I have a H2 with the text packages. And then P element describing packages. We got big packages, small packages, average packages, but mostly big packages. Can I get 5 big booms? Alright. Alright, you should have an unordered list element with 2 list items. The 2 list items should have the text group travels and private tours respectively. The text of each list item should be enclosed by anchor element. Wait, the text of each list item should be enclosed by anchor element, okay? If you say so, big boss. Alright, so unordered list. So we'll have group travels. And private tours. A tour of my privates. That's... Alright, and then they said that there should be... They said that they should be enclosed by anchor elements. I'm guessing we're gonna add links here. And then it says you should have an H2 element with the text top itineraries. Okay. Top itineraries. Excuse me. You should have at least 3 figure elements, each containing an anchor element and a fig caption. Okay, you should have at least 3 figure elements containing an anchor element and a fig caption. Okay, I'll just add those. Whatever you say, boss. I'll fill them in with content later, I guess. Let me just copy and paste that 3 times. Right. Yeah, that's the formatting's all off, but it's fine. The 3 anchor elements should have an image element with an appropriate alt attribute and a source attribute set to a valid element image. All your 5 anchor elements should have a ref attribute with the value. Okay, all right, I got this. All right, so let's get some Costco pictures. Okay. So, Costco food court. Alright, copy image address. Wait. It looks fine, okay. Alright, so this is Costco food court. Alt. Costco food court. It'll be like the Costco food court is the best place to get big meat for cheap. Meat in your mouth. Big meat in your mouth for cheap. Thank you for the hydrate. This image is not quite the size I think it's supposed to be, but it's fine. Wait, why is the fig caption like? It probably has to do with the. I mean, I guess just because the picture's so big, it wouldn't look like that if it was small. It's fine. All right. Next one. Next one is gonna be Costco Eye Center. You're gonna stick to Rixie for all your big meat needs? Okay, that's also a valid choice, honestly. Alright. Alt. Costco Eye Center. Oh my god, this picture's even bigger. Alright, bigger? We do eye exams. We also do prostate exams if you ask nicely. Winky face. Okay. And then last one. Let's do the bakery. That's probably size for people that can't see. Yeah. All right, Costco bakery. Okay. I'm grabbing pictures from random websites. Okay. Costco bakery with cookies. Oh, I didn't put that in the quotes. Oh, fuck. Okay. Caption. Let me see if we can see that picture. Okay. Grab my buns here. Alright. And then, yeah, we're gonna just add, I'm just gonna add a link to this link that they said to use. I think you have to pass the test. Alright, so we're gonna add Target. Don't worry, we're not cheating on Costco with Target. This is just to make sure it opens a new tab. Okay. should just copy the whole thing, honestly. I think I will. Let's just copy this. Okay. This one. And this one. Alright. We should be all set. We got a Costco travel site. Wait. Wait. Something's wrong. I don't think the caption is supposed to be. Wait a second. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. The captions aren't supposed to be linked. Are they? That doesn't seem right. Wait. What did I do wrong? Did I forget to close one of my tags? Wait, guys. Am I crazy? If the picture is linked, is the caption automatically gonna be linked? Guys, help me out. Does anybody know? I checked. I don't think any of these, none of these tags are open. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why the captions are showing up. Oh wait, this one's not. This one's not. I must have... Wait a second. Oh, wait. Oh, here. Yeah, oh wait, okay, there's still, wait. Here too. Yeah, I fixed it! I fixed it! Yay! Okay. Alright, let's run a test. Did I do it right? Wait, did I not go? Huh? Oh no, something's missing. You should have a body element. Oh, I forgot to close the body element. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I forgot to close the body element. Hi Blue, hi, it's going good. I'm coding example Costco travel website. I don't ask. Alright, I failed my first test though here. Not my first test. I failed the test here. You should have a P element below the H1 element. Where? What? When did they say that? Oh, you should have a... My bad. You should have a paragraph... Okay, I skipped this one. You should have a paragraph below the H1 element introducing your travel opportunities. Okay, my bad. We send buses full of old Korean ladies to Costco on a bi-hourly basis. Alright, there. Okay. Your second P element should introduce briefly various packages. Okay, I think this one might have got screwed up because I didn't have the first one. You should have an unordered list. I do have an unordered list. Oh, maybe because it says the second P element. I think that's why. All right, let's run it again. Yeah, big packages. Okay, there we go. Yippee! All right, next. Wow, I've been going for 2 hours. I'm having fun. Sorry if you guys aren't having fun. I know it's a little bit slow because I'm basically just sitting here reading, but I'm having fun now. I feel my brain expanding. All right, one day we'll be able to code, guys. One day we'll be able to code sperm race swimmer from scratch, right? Instead of vibe coding it with like Google Gemini, I'll be able to code sperm race swimmer all by myself. You enjoying it? Oh, I'm glad. Okay, that's good. I'm enjoying it too, though. I really am. Alright, what are the roles of the HTML audio and video elements, and how do they work? The audio and video elements allow you to add sound and video content to your HTML documents. The audio element supports popular audio formats like MP3, WAV, and OGG. The video element supports MP4, OGG, and WebM formats. To include audio content on your web page, you can use the audio element with the source attribute pointing to the location of your audio file. As you can see in the preview window, nothing shows up on the page. To see the previews, you will need to enable the interactive editor. Yes, nothing shows up on the page. I wonder how they fixed that. If you want to see the audio player on the page, then you can add the audio element with the controls attribute. Press play in the preview window to hear one of Quincy Larson's songs. To hear a different song, change the source value to this one. To see the previews, you will need to enable the interact. Okay, so this is how you do it. You have to add the controls attribute. Yeah, controls here. It's not a void tag. What happens if you put text in here? Nothing happens. Huh. Interesting. For engineer sperm racing, all samples were voluntarily given. Alright, let's just listen to the music. Let me listen to this one. Cruising for Amusing is the name of that one. Here, let's make a whole other... Let's do this. So now we have 2 players, but we'll change the song to this one. Okay. Okay, we can listen to this one when we go. Is it too loud? You guys can like still hear me fine, right? I can turn it down a little bit if I need to. Alright. The controls attribute enables users to manage audio playback, including adjusting volume, pausing, or resuming playback. The controls attribute is a Boolean attribute that can be added to an element to enable built-in playback controls. If omitted, no controls will be shown. Apart from the source and the controls attributes, there are several other attributes that enhance the functionality of the audio element. The loop attribute is a Boolean attribute that makes the audio replay continuously. Here is an example of using the loop attribute to play one of Quincy Larson's songs, Can't Stay Down. To see the looping in action, enable an interactive editor, scrub the play, head close to the end of the song, it will restart once it is finished. Alright, listen to this one. Alright, let's go to the end, and then... The lewd! No! The loop! Oh, the loop! Not the lewd! Loop-de-loop and pull, and my shoes are looking cool. Alright, that should loop. Yep. Okay. Another attribute you can use is the muted attribute. When present in the audio element, this Boolean attribute will start the audio in a muted state. Here's an example of using the muted attributes. To hear the music, enable the interactive editor. Okay. Thank you. Alright, so it's muted, but then we can unmute it. When it comes to audio file types, there are differences in which browsers support which type. To accommodate, you can use source elements inside the audio element, and the browser will select the first source that it understands. Here's an example of using multiple source elements for the audio element. Oh, source. Oh, okay. The browser will first start with the OGG type. If it can't play the audio, it will move down to the next type. All the attributes we have learned here so far are also supported in the video element. Here's an example of using a video element with a loop, controls, and muted attributes. Add the autoplay attribute to the opening video tag so the video plays automatically. To interact with the example, you'll need to enable the interactive editor. The width attribute is being used here to make the video smaller and fit better in the preview window. Right. Loops. No, loop! Ooh. What's this video? Big Buck Bunny? What the fuck? What is this video? The Peach Open Movie Product presents Big Buck Bunny. I want to see the bunny before we stop watching this. Oh, yo, he big! Yo! That is one big bunny. Whoa. It's Chungus! Ew, no, he's cute! Okay, we don't have to watch the whole thing. I just wanted to see what's going on. Alright, let me put my music back on. No! I didn't be like that! I just meant he's cute! Like, I want to give him a hug! Anyways, for the source or source attribute, we are using a video called Big Buck Bunny from archive.org. If you want to display an image while the video is downloading, you can use the poster attribute. This attribute is not available for audio elements and is unique to the video element. Here's an example using the poster attribute with content provided by peach.blender.org. Okay. You can use the source element inside a video element, just like you did with the audio element. This lets you provide the same video in multiple formats. Unprotected hugging? 18 plus stream? No! Okay. Alright, what attribute allows the audio to start in a muted state? Muted, I think. Let me double check. Yeah. Which attribute lets you see the play and pause buttons? Controls. What is the purpose of the poster attribute? To display an image while the video is downloading. Yay! Alright, continue. Ooh, working with an HTML video element. In this workshop, you will build an HTML video player. The HTML boilerplate has been provided. Create an H1 element and give it the text working with the HTML video element. Alright. Working with the HTML video element. Next, create a video element below. I wonder how you, if the audio, I wonder for the audio element, if you could have autoplay on that one. Like, I'm trying to think how you would add audio to a website without, with it auto playing. Anyways, so create a video element. Over the next few steps, we'll add the necessary attributes. Okay, we gotta wait for the little thing. But I'm liking this so far. I find it very easy to digest. And I think I'm moving through it at like a good pace. But I'll keep doing it every week. Wouldn't it be amazing to see my progress week over week and see I started for so simple. I started so simple, making a nasty patty recipe website, and then one day, Sperm Racer will be released on Steam. Anyways. Okay, in the previous lesson, you learned about different attributes available to the video element. The width attribute determines the width of the video in pixels. Add the width attribute to the video element with the value of 640. Okay. What is it again? It's called Free Code Camp. freecodecamp.org. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's free. And the only ads are like those little ones that you just saw, like that says I mean, actually, to be fair, I have an ad blocker, so that might be why those are the only ads that are showing up. I don't know if they have like other ads that show up, but every once in a while it says like support Code Camp, and then that's it. It's like completely free. Yeah. Okay. All right. Video width 640. The loop attribute will restart the video once the playback is complete. Think of an internet menu that repeats playback. Omitting loop will make the video playback once. It is a Boolean attribute. It does not need a value. Alright. Yeah, no worries. Alright, the controls attribute provides playback controls. It is a Boolean attribute as well. Okay. And now we can see the controls, although... Why is it all stretched out like that? Wait a second, why is it all stretched out like that? I don't think it's supposed to be like that. My code passed though. The muted attribute will silence audio on initial playback. If you have controls enabled, the user will be able to unmute. Unmuting the muted attribute will play audio on initial playback. The muted attribute is Boolean. Alright, we're gonna add that one. Alright, the poster attribute is a thumbnail image of the video. Think of videos you watch on YouTube. It's displayed while the video is downloading. If the attribute is omitted, the first video frame is shown. Add the poster attribute with the value, and then they have an image. Alright, give me a second. My fingernail is bothering me. Ouch. Ouch. 1 second. I need a nail clipper, but I shouldn't clip my nails so they'll never ever grow back. It's okay. Anyways. Okay, poster. Okay, there's our thumbnail. Alright, and it seems like the video is now... I mean, it's too big, but it's the size they told us to make it. And now it seems to be like proportional. Alright, you didn't link to the actual video. You'll do this in the next phase. When it comes to the video file type, there are different browsers. There are differences in browser support. To accommodate this, you can use source elements inside the video element, and the browser will select the first compatible source. Here's an example. Type. Okay. The source element is a void element. Add a source element inside of your video element. All right. Oh, it's a void. It's a void. Sorry. Okay. To specify the media resource for your video, you will need to add the source attribute. So we're going to add the value here. I guess we add the type later. Alright, you have used a video file with an MP4 file extension, and you need to tell the browser so that it knows how to read the file. You will use the type attribute to specify the video MP4 MIME type. MIME, multi-purpose internet mail extensions, is a standard to describe documents in other forms besides ASCII text. For example, audio, video, and images. MP4, officially known as MPEG-4 Part 14, is a digital multimedia container format. It is widely used for storing video and audio. It can also include other data types like subtitles and still images. MP4 files are designed for streaming over the internet and are compatible with many devices. Add the type attribute and the video, the value video/MP4. Okay. Type equals video/MP4. Okay. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4 Another common MIME type is video/WebM. WebM is open source audiovisual media file format developed by Google, primarily designed. So Google's behind it. Sorry. Wait, I don't think WebM is the one that bothers me. What's the one that bothers me? WebP, I think, is the one that bothers me. Anyways. WebM is an open source audiovisual media file format developed by Google, primarily designed for web-based media content. It supports video codecs like VP8, VP9, OAV1, and audio codecs like Vorbis and Opus, and making it a popular choice. Below your first source, add another source element. Give it a source attribute with a value, and then we have the WebM. I think WebM can be transparent videos. And then the type is video/WebM. Okay, another common one is OGG. OGG is a digital media container, multimedia container format designed to provide for efficient streaming and manipulation of digital multimedia. It is maintained by the ZIF.org Foundation. It's free and open, unrestricted by software patents. Its name is derived from ogging, jargon from the computer game Netric. Okay. Below your second source, add a third source. The source attribute of this. Okay, and then the value, type. The type is video/OGG. Okay. The last source we will add is for QuickTime. QuickTime is an extensible multimedia architecture created by Apple, which supports playing, streaming, coding, and transcoding a variety of digital media. Not as popular as MP4, you may need it for legacy application support. So we're going to add another source. The source attribute of this, and the type will be QuickTime. Okay. And we're all done. What is the video, though? What is the map method, and how does it work? Okay, I'm not gonna watch this whole thing. Yay! Alright, next one. Build an HTML audio and video player. Build an app that is functionally similar to this example. Alright, fulfill user stories. Alright, guys, this is where we have to freestyle a little bit. Alright. So they already made the boilerplate for us here. So we have our body here. We have an H1 element with the main title. Wait, what exactly are we making? Inside the video element, you should have a source element with a source attribute pointing to a video file. Alright, what video file are we using? What video file are we using, you guys? Don't send me a YouTube video that's not gonna work. It needs to be a I don't know where you would. I don't know where I would get a video to embed or whatever. Give No. Let me see. Look up. Funny video file. I don't think you can embed. You can't like embed a video like that, like directly from Twitter or YouTube or Instagram. Free funny videos. Oh god, what is this? Okay, it's a lady wearing giant glasses and smoking a giant cigar, pulling money out of a computer. Okay, I don't know about that. Let's see. This is a picture of a guy just making funny faces. None of these videos are funny. myinstance.com. That sounds shady. Oh. Oh wait, I've used this one for sound effects before, but not videos. Okay, I can use that for the audio, but what about for videos? I don't know, man. Alright, let me just grab them from Pexels. So there's like a cute dog, maybe. Wait, what about like videos? What about boobies? Boobs. Oh! 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 There's some not very clothed women. Okay, wait. What's this? There's a guy squeezing two pink balloons. Yeah, let's go with that one. He's like caressing... Wait, I think that might be a woman, actually. I'm not sure. I can't tell. Actually, those might be women's hands. It says a person holding balloons. We don't know if this is a man or woman. That's fine. Copy video link. All right, let's see if that works. Never mind. This is not a... Okay, this is not the direct file, though. No. How do I... link back to this video? No, I don't want to link back to the video. I don't want to link back to it. I want the file. All right, let me see. Can I download the video? Can I download the video and upload it to Discord and use that? I might be able to do that. I don't know if that's gonna work. Wait. Copy link. Is this a link to the Discord message? Or is this a link to the video? This is a link to the Discord message. Oh, wait. Attachments. Wait. This content is no longer available. What happened? Oh no, wait. Okay, now I just have a weird video in my Discord for no reason. I mean, it's a Discord that literally only has me in it, but okay. I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble obtaining a raw link to this video. All right, I give up. Let's just use their one that they provided. Okay. So let's see. You should have an H1 element for the main title. Okay, so I'll just put like boring video, because the boobs one was unavailable. Okay. 2 section elements. Alright, inside the first section element, you should have an H2 element for the title of the video. Yeah, it's okay. Boring video. Below the H2 element, you should have the video element. With controls and a width attribute Set to 640. Alright. Inside the video element, you should have a source element with a source attribute pointing to the video. This is the one they provided. Alright, and then the type is video MP4. Inside the second section, you should have, excuse me. Excuse me. You should have an H2 element for the title of the song. Okay. I'm not gonna do a song, I'll do a funny sound effect. What sound effect do you guys want? A burp. Burp and fart. Burp. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. I didn't expect it to be that loud. All right. Let me turn down the volume just in case. Okay, what's this one? That was not bad. That was not bad. What do you think? Ooh woo burp. Okay. Let's do this one. All right. No. Oh, it's not showing up as an audio file. It's oh. Darn it, it's not showing up as an audio file. Darn it, it's okay. That's annoying. You can't just get like that. I don't know where you would host audio files like that. I guess. Whatever. Alright, let's just use their default one. But at least we got to listen to some nice burps. Alright. So, we're gonna be like, just pretend this is burping audio. Alright, so we have audio element with controls, loop, and the source will be this one. Oh wait, audio, okay. Alright. Alright, I think we're done. Yay! Alright, next one. What are common ways to optimize media assets? There are 3 tools to consider when using media, such as images on your web pages: the size, the format, and the compression. Alright, so the size. When you're building a website, you'll often style images to display a specific size. You might want an image to display at 640 by 480. So 640 being the width and 480 being the height. You want to scale it to 640 to match the styling. If you serve an image that is 1920 by 1080, but you are styling it to be much smaller, you're requiring your users to download unnecessary data. A smaller resolution results in a smaller file size. The next thing to consider is your file format. 2 of the most common file formats are PNG and JPEG, but they are no longer the most ideal formats for serving images. Unless you need support for older browsers, you should consider using more optimized formats like WebP or AVIF. Is that why I keep getting WebP and AVIF files that aren't compatible with fucking anything? Anyways, finally, you can run compression algorithms on your images. A compression algorithm is used to reduce the size for files or data. There are options like PNG Crush to compress your images locally, or you can use online compression tools. However, it's worth noting the specific file formats such as JPEG are not lossless. Lossless means the original data can be perfectly reconstructed from the compressed data. If you try to compress a JPEG image, it will result in degraded quality. Okay. How should you scale or size your images? The images should be the same scale as the rendered size, I think is the answer. Which of the following is not a valid image type? TS. Which file format should you never compress? JPEG. Alright. Yay! Different types of image licenses. I don't know if I really necessarily care about all this. I already kind of understand, but let's just skim. Like I understand. I'm pretty sure I understand how basic copyright works. So Creative Commons or BSD license. These images are available to use. You have to read the license. Public domain, etc., etc. Pixabay, Unsplash, Pexels. Okay. What is a default license for images? Oh, what is the default? I didn't get that part. By default, images are released as all rights reserved. Okay, all rights reserved. What license releases works in the public domain? Creative Commons 0. How can you find images that you're allowed to use? Search for images on Google, use them freely. Use websites like Pixabay or Unsplash. Use any image for social media. All right, we're gonna go with the Pixabay or Unsplash. All right. What are SVGs and when should you use them? First, you need to understand how images work. Common image formats like PNG and JPEG are classified as raster formats. This essentially means that they are pixel-based, with the data tracking the color value in each pixel. A large downside of raster-based images is that they do not upscale well. If you ever tried to make a PNG larger, you may have seen that it becomes pixelated or blurry. An SVG is a different kind of image. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphic. A vector graphic tracks data based on paths and equations to plot point lines and curves. What this really means is that a vector graphic like an SVG can be scaled to any size without impacting the quality. SVGs specifically have the added benefit of storing data in XML. This means that you can use them directly in your code as raw HTML with the SVG element. It also means you can programmatically change the color of the image. To change the smiley face to red, enable the interactive editor and change fill equals yellow to fill equals red. Okay, fill equals red. Yay! Alright, the basic elements for the example. The SVG element is the container for the whole drawing. It sets up the space where all the shapes appear. Everything you want to draw with SVG, such as circles, lines, or paths, goes inside the SVG element. The circle element is used to make the face and the eyes. One large circle forms the yellow face, and the two smaller circles make the eyes. The path element is used to draw the smile. It creates a curved line for the mouth. Each SVG element has attributes that control its appearance and position within the drawing area. Here are a few more examples. To change the color for any of the examples, update the value of the fill attribute to any named color. Alright, yeah, this is fancy stuff though. I don't know how to make an SVG. I don't know how to map an SVG. So when would you want to use an SVG? A great use case is for icons. If you want to create custom bullet points or add icons to your links to represent social media platforms, using SVGs is the best approach. One of the most popular icon libraries, Font Awesome, uses SVG images for their icons. SVGs are also great for web page logos because they scale perfectly. They allow you to adapt your layout to any responsive design you need. Next time you have an SVG locally, try opening it with a text editor and playing with the code. What is a raster image? It is an image that stores color data for each pixel. What is a vector image? It stores lines, path points, and curves. How does an SVG store data? As XML. Yay! Alright, next one. Heart icon! Hearto! In a previous lesson, you learned about SVG elements. In real-world code bases, you typically rely on icon libraries, so you don't need to create SVG elements from scratch. However, in this workshop, you'll build a heart icon! First, we're going to create an SVG element. Okay. Wait, is the SVG element void? I don't know. I don't know if it's void or not. We'll find out. Yes. You should nest one path element inside. Oh, it's not void. Never mind. I'm dumb. Alright, you should nest one path element inside your SVG element to give the image shape. Okay. The path element needs its shape defined. That is where the D attribute comes in. It is used to create a series of command letters and numbers that draw a shape. These letters represent commands like move to, draw a line, and close, while the numbers represent coordinates. Set the heart shape's D attribute to, and then it has like all these values. Okay, so that would be D equals, and we'll just copy this. So we didn't really learn how to make one, we just learned how to copy and paste one. That's fine. I guess a lot of coding is just copying and pasting, huh? The next step is to set the width and height attributes. As you're creating an icon, both values should be set small. So set both values to 24. Alright. 24. Height. Ooh! There it is. It's black. Alright. Look at this example. SVG viewbox equals... The viewbox attribute controls what part of the image is visible inside the SVG. The first two numbers set the starting point of the viewbox. The top left corner. Wait, the top left corner, X and Y. The next two numbers define the width and height. Okay. Set the viewbox to 0, 0, 24, 24. Give me a second, I have to blow my nose. Okay. Hand sanitizer. Okay. So let's do that. View box. 0, 0, 24, 24. Alright. Time's been flying by, you guys. I've already been going for 2 hours and 47 minutes. It feels like it's been like less than that, but I'm enjoying learning. I really am. All right. The heart's almost done. You just need to color it. To do that, set the SVG elements fill attribute to red. Okay. Yay! Yippee! You guys, I don't know if I can get. Do you think I can get through the whole? You guys think I can get through the whole HTML lesson in one stream? Wait, I have baby news. You cook is mistaken. It's 2027 now. You missed your birthday. No, I don't want to miss my birthday. Wait, my birthday's still on Saturday, right? Ooh. Okay, let's go. What are replace elements and what are some examples? You have bad news, right? Is what you meant to say. Your something is mistaken. I don't know what it's mistaken now. My code is mistaken. Ooh. Alright. A replace element is an element whose content is determined by external resources rather than by the CSS itself. CSS, or cascading style sheets, is used to add styles to a web page. Common examples of replace elements include the image, iframe, and video elements. With replace elements, you can control the position or layout of an element, but your CSS cannot directly modify the content of the element. This might be easier to explain with some examples. Consider the image element, which embeds an image on your website. Okay. The element itself is replaced with the external object, the image. Your CSS can control things like the positioning of the image or apply a filter to it, but you cannot actually modify the image itself. A more robust example might be the iframe element, which embeds an external site on your web page. Here is an example of using the iframe element for a popular YouTube video on the free CodeCamp channel. If you want to see different videos in the preview window, change the value of the source attribute to a video of your choosing. To see the previews, you will need to enable the interactive editor. Okay, we can replace it with one of my VODs, I think. That reminds me, I think I might have forgotten to export the VOD from yesterday. So let me check that. The VOD yesterday was Pokemon. Yeah, I forgot to upload it. Here, I'll do it now. Wait, did I forget to upload the VOD for Monday too? Uh-oh, I hope I'm not forgetting to upload VODs. I might be though. I hope not. Alright, let me do that before I forget. It's gonna bother me. Oh no, wait. No, I didn't upload the Chibi Robo one. Did I? I guess I didn't. Okay. So I uploaded the VOD for yesterday. Wait, what was yesterday? I didn't upload the one from Monday, and I didn't upload the one from, okay, from yesterday. Let me do that, sorry. Give me a second. Don't boo me! Alright. And then the VOD from yesterday. No, I know I made a mistake. Please, I'm just trying to make it right. Okay. Alright, anyways, now that I've done that, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Hey! Let's embed my last Sneaky Sasquatch video. So we'll just take share. We'll take the embed code, I believe. Oh no, the embed. Oh no, I think we can just take the video. Can we just take the video link? Wait. How did they do it? They took the embed one. Okay. I'm taking it. It won't let me copy just that code. Okay, cool, very cool. Alright, give me a second. This is not even necessary. Okay. So we should be able to grab this. Okay, why is this? Okay. Did that work? Did it not work because I didn't put the share ID at the end? I didn't want to do that because that's like,
Hey, it's your...
oh no. That could be doxing, self-doxing, so never mind, forget it. Oh yeah, now it's just not working. Wait. Oh no. I fucked up, it's okay. Yeah. Oh wait, it wouldn't be self-doxing because the only thing I'd be doxing is my own YouTube channel, which is not private. Okay, sorry. Let's try it again. The only reason it could be self-doxing is if you share a link to a video from your own YouTube channel and then you share it somewhere, like someone could look up your share ID and see where you've publicly shared those videos and find out who you are. So that's why, or find out what your not find out who you are, find out what your YouTube channel is. But I'm logged into my VODs channel, so it's not, shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Don't worry, Umberto. What's it? My name's not Umberto. Okay, wait. Okay, why is this all fucked up? Why is this like... Why can't I? Okay. I like want to refresh this. This is annoying. Okay, here we go. Now it should work, right? Okay, it's just not working. Whatever, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Okay, other common example uses of iframe would be to embed maps into the page. Here's an example of an embedded map. All right, so they have London, and then there's a map. Yeah. All right, the element itself is replaced with the external object, the site. The CSS can change the positioning of the embedded site, but you cannot modify the site's content. To dive a bit further, if the embedded site has an H1 element, your CSS would not be able to style that H1 element. You cannot change the size, font color, so on. There are some other replaced elements such as video and embed. And some elements behave as replaced elements under specific circumstances. Here's an example of an input element with the type attribute set to image. So input type image. All descriptive text goes here. Source. This type of input is considered to be a replace element, but other input types like text or email are not replace elements. Are we scared that we will know that your real name is RX? I mean, I guess I don't mind if you know, but I want to be called Rixie, not RX. Although when I'm wearing these glasses, I guess I kind of look like RX, right? When you think about it, RX and Calyx aren't that far off, are they? Okay. Alright. What can you style in a replaced element? The layout or positioning. You know, some hackers use iframes. Some hackers... Let me move that boo, like, where it's supposed to be. Some hackers use iframes to, like, to cover up, like, stuff. Like they'll like, they'll hack a site and then they'll add an iframe, like, to their own site. So it looks like you're on one site, but you're actually clicking around on their site. Alright, give me 1 second. Bully the clanker! Hey! Yo, we will not have that kind of discrimination! Ooh. You guys are mean. I need to make a clanker rights website. Robo rights. Alright, what is the replace element replaced with? An external object. Another element. Some CSS assembly. I think it's an external object. Which of these are replace elements? Iframe. Yay! How do you embed videos onto your page using the iframe element? Alright. So it says you were first introduced to the iframe element. In this lesson, you will learn more about how to work with the iframe element. This element stands for inline frame. It is an inline element used to embed other HTML content directly within an HTML page. That could be a video, a map, another HTML element, or even other web pages. Here's an example of embedding a popular free code camp course from YouTube. Okay. The source attribute specifies the URL of the page you want to embed. The width attribute specifies the width of the iframe. The height attribute specifies the height of the iframe. The allow full screen attribute allows the user to display the iframe in full screen mode. It's also a good practice to specify a title attribute for the iframe, as it's important for accessibility. The allow attribute, on the other hand, allows you to define what an iframe can or can't do. This is called an allow list. In the above example, adding clipboard write to it allows the embedded page to write items to your clipboard. Items in the allow list can be separated by semicolons or spaces, and both can be used together. Semicolons or spaces, okay. Note that the video can come from anywhere. It doesn't have to come from video services like YouTube or Vimeo. Don't forget you can also embed a map of another web page or direct HTML within the iframe element. Here's an example of an embedded map. Alright, so there's that. If you want to embed direct HTML within the iframe element, you have to use the circ.doc attribute instead of circ. Alright, what does an iframe mean? Inline frame. Alright, which attribute of iframe specifies the location of what you want to embed? I think that's worded weirdly, but I think it's source. Which attribute of the iframe do you want to use instead of source if you want to embed direct HTML, circ.doc? Yay! Alright, guys. I don't know if we can get through the whole HTML course. Iframe video display. Okay. In this workshop, we'll use iframe element to display a video. The basic HTML boilerplate has been provided. All right, so first we're gonna start with the H1 element. Oops. Iframe video display. All right, now create an iframe element. Don't put anything in it yet. Okay. The first lesson on the iframe, you learned is a replace element. That means it can also take the width and height properties to determine how tall and wide it should be. So we're gonna give it a width of 560 and a height of 315. Okay. It also takes a source attribute, add the source of this YouTube video. Okay, at this point you should see the video displaying, but there are more attributes I need to add. So we need to add allow. Example, allow accelerometer, autoplay, clipboard write, encrypted media, gyroscope, picture-in-picture, web share. Okay. So we're gonna allow accelerometer. Did I spell that right? Accelerometer? Yeah. Autoplay, clipboard write. Accelerometer lets the iframe use motion sensors, so it can detect things like device tilting and rotation. Autoplay lets the video start playing automatically, and clipboard write lets the iframe write data to the user's clipboard. Okay. Add encrypted media, gyroscope, and web share. Alright. Encrypted media, gyroscope, web share. These three will allow the use of encrypted media extensions to protect the video, grant access to the device's motion orientation sensors, and allow the sharing the iframe content through the device's native shared dialogues. Okay. The next attribute we will add is refer policy. It is the rule that determines how much detail you share when your page connects to another page. Add the refer policy attribute and set it to strict origin when cross origin. Strict origin when cross origin. This shares the full address on the same site, only the site name on other sites, and nothing on insecure sites. Okay. Last but not least, the attribute you will add is allow full screen. As it implies, it allows the video to be viewed in full screen mode. Okay. Yay! All done. Next one. Build a video compilation page. Build an app that is functionally similar. Oh, we're gonna make a video compilation of Rixie VODs! Fulfill the user stories below. Okay. You should have a main element as the only child of the body element. Okay. You should have an H1 element with the top of the page. Rixie's sauciest VODs. Okay. You should have a paragraph introducing the topic of your page below your H1. Okay. Compilation of VODs where Rixie is being saucy and probably jiggling her boobs like a robo slut. Okay. You have 3 section elements. Okay. Wait, I want to make these. Yes. Copy and paste. Okay. Each section should contain an H2 element, a paragraph, and an iframe element. Okay. So H2. Let's do Rixie makes squishies out of sex toys. Rixie does alien smasher pass. And I don't know, what's another VOD where I'm being saucy? Rixie takes her first bath! Okay. That would seem creepy if I wasn't a robot. Okay, then we're gonna add iframe, a paragraph. So we're gonna do, Rixie made squishies out of unisex, Tanga sleeves. And then this one will be Rixie wants to have sex with aliens. Yeah. Rixie, oops. Rixie bathes for the first time in somewhere between 25 and 35 years. I what? I want to have sex with aliens! Alright, anyways. So now we're gonna do 3 iframes. So let's do... Okay. The 3 iframes should have a source attribute set to a valid video. So let me grab the videos that I'm looking for. We got the squishy one. I have to grab the proper embed code. Okay. So here's the first one. This one. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So let's do the second one. Alien Smasher Pass. Here we go. Same deal. Wait, why is the share ID different? I might be dumb. I might be dumb not understanding how the share ID works. The SID, or... Yeah, maybe it's not doxing. It's fine. Alright. There's that one, and then the first bath line. YouTuber's first bath. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. And then, iframe should also have a title to describe the embedded content, and a height attribute and width attribute set to a proper size. Okay. I don't know what the proper size is. Let me see what YouTube defaults to. 560 to 315. All right. So, title. Rixie makes squishies. And the width 560, what was it? 560 315. Height 315. Okay, that's too big. Let's put that in half. Alright, if we cut that in half, that would be 280. Oh wait, we can't put it in half. Oh shit. Put it in thirds? Shit. It was fine. That was fine the way it was. Oh man. What's a third of 560? Let me get a calculator. Did I uninstall the calculator app? Okay. Calculator. 560 divided by 3 times 2. Okay, that's not... We can't divide it by 3. Alright. What if I make it 400 by 300? That looks bad. What if I make it 200 by 150? Oh god. Oh, okay, that's not... 300? Oh no. 285? That's not... 250? Okay, that's good enough. It's not perfect, but... Alright, let's steal that from here. I'll use that for all of them. Okay. Okay, so they're all the same size, and then we just had to add a different title for each one. So title, Rixie, Alien, Smash, or Pass. And this one, title equals Rixie's first bath. Okay. Should be done then. Yay! Alright. Let's keep going, keep going. What are the different target attribute types and how do they work? Alright. Hey, no. Thank you for the burger. Thank you for the reward burger. Thank you. Okay. So there's 4 important possible values for target. The first is self, which is the default. It opens in the current browsing context, so the current tab. The second one is blank, which opens in a new browsing context, which will usually open a new tab. The third value is parent, which opens the link in the parent of the current context. For example, if your website has an iframe, a parent value in that iframe would open in your website's tab/window, not in the embedded frame. Okay. And then the fourth value is top, which opens a link in the topmost browsing context, the parent of the parent. This is similar to parent, but the link will always open in the full browser tab/window, even for nested embedded frames. There's a fifth value called unfenced top, which is currently used for the experimental fenced frame API. At the time of this lesson, you probably won't have a reason to use this. Do you prefer your top to be fenced or unfenced? Are you a top? If you're a top, are you a fenced top or an unfenced? Is that kind of like circumcised or not circumcised? I'm not sure. Anyways, selecting the right target. Selecting the right target value to control where your users end up is an important consideration. How many target values are there to choose from for? Where will the link target blink open in a new tab or window? What is the default behavior to open in the same window or tab? I'm a bottom. Ooh, I'm a robo-bottom. I'm a row-bottom. Okay, what is the difference between absolute and relative paths? A path is a string that specifies the location of a file or directory in a file system. In web development, paths let developers link to resources like images, style sheets, scripts, and other web pages. There are absolute and relative paths. Both are essential when specifying file locations within this file system. Let's look at the two so you can decide which one of them to use and when. An absolute path is a complete link to a resource. It starts from the root directory, includes every other directory, and finally the file name and extension. The root directory refers to the top-level directory or folder in the hierarchy. Hi, Lieutenant Cassiopeia. Yes, I know how to use a computer, but I'm learning how to code. Right now I'm just learning HTML. I'm gonna see how much HTML I can learn before the end of the stream. An absolute path also includes the protocol. That could be HTTP, HTTPS, and file, and the domain name if the resource is on the web. Here's an example of an absolute path that links to Free Code Camp logo. So it has HTTPS, and it has the whole URL. In this example, the protocol is HTTPS, the domain name is designstyleguide.freecodecamp.org, and the file name is fcc_small.svg. What if the resource you want to link to using an absolute path is on your local machine? Here's how to link to the about.html file with an absolute path. So then it's user, desktop. We don't want to do that because I don't want you guys to see my super secret username. It looks like this because we're going into a folder called users, then into a folder called user, then into a folder called desktop, then into a folder called FCC, then into a folder called script code. That's a lot of folders. Okay, anyways. This is what the absolute URL looks like. So file, // user, etc. The URL includes the protocol, it includes the path, which looks like this, and represents a series of folders, it leads to the file, and finally includes email.html, which is the file name and extension. Yeah. Now let's look at the relative path. The relative path specifies the location of a file relative to the directory of the current file. Umberto. It does not include the protocol or the domain name, making it shorter and more flexible for internal links within the same website. Here's an example of linking to an about.html page from the contact.html page, both of which are in the same folder. So then you just put about.html here. Imagine you are on the contact.html page, and because the about.html page is in the same place, you simply get the file name. This is an example of using a relative file path. So which should you use and when? An absolute path or a relative path? Here are the rules you should follow. Use absolute paths when linking to a resource hosted on external websites. Use absolute paths when you need to link to a page or resource to work consistently regardless of the document location within the site. Use relative paths when linking to resources within the same website. Use relative paths if you want to keep your code cleaner and easier to maintain during development. And use relative paths during local testing to ensure links work without an internet connection. Alright, what are the two types of paths? They are absolute and relative. How do you link to a resource available only on the internet? Absolute path. What protocol is used for absolute path on a local machine? File. Okay. Yay! What is the difference between slashes, a single dot, and a double dot in path syntax? You may have seen links like /public/logo.png, /script.js, or /styles.css before. What do these special type of links mean? They're called file paths. There are three key syntaxes to know. First is the slash, which can be a backslash or / depending on your operating system. The second is a single dot, and then we have a double dot. The slash is known as a path separator, and it's used to indicate a break in the text between a folder or file names. This is how your computer knows that Naomi's files points to a directory of that same name, while Naomi's /files points to a files directory in the Naomi's directory. A single dot points to the current directory, and two dots points to the parent directory. You'll typically see a single dot used to ensure that the path is recognized as a relative path. Remember that you learned in a previous lesson about relative versus absolute paths before. They also use the syntax for path traversal exploits. That's how I already know this. The dot is used for path traversal. Anyways, given this file tree, if your public/index.html file needed to load the favicon.ico file, then you would use a relative path with a single dot to access the current directory. favicon.ico. If the public, wait, if your public index need to load favicon, okay. If your public index needs to load the file index.css, you would use a relative path with double dots to navigate to the my app directory. Okay. So, which option is an absolute path? HTTPS. Which option is a relative path to the current directory? The one with the 1 dot. Which option is a relative path to the parent directory? The one with 2 dots. Wait! What did I get wrong? Oh, I'm dumb. Alright, sorry. Ooh, I got one wrong. It's okay. Alright, what are the different link states and why are they important? You may have seen a link on a web page become purple after you click it. This is because the state of a link has changed, so different styling gets applied. There are 5 different states a link can be in. The first is the default state. Thank you for the follow! CS1D3. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I'm currently learning HTML. Thank you for the follow, Hyper Bagel. Wow, thank you. Okay, let's see. The first is the default state, which is link. This state represents the link which the user has not visited, clicked, or interacted with yet. You can think of this state as providing the base style for all links on your page. Enable the interactive editor. It says it should be the default color blue, which represents the default state. If you click on it, it will turn purple. Oh, sorry. Anyways. Second state is visited, which applies when a user has already visited the page being linked to. By default, this turns the link purple, but you can leverage CSS to provide a different visual indicator to the user. This is helpful to let someone know they have already read a portion of your documentation, or that the site is one they can trust because they have used it before. Click on the link in the preview window and you should see that the visited site link changed the color brown. To see the previews, you will need to blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to click it because I don't want another thing to open, but yeah. Alright, this third state is hover. This state applies when a user is hovering their cursor over the link. It is helpful for providing extra attention to a link. To ensure a user actually intends to click it. Hovering mouse over a link, you see the color change to red. Yeah. Okay. And then we have focus. This state applies when we focus on a link. Click on any portion of the white space. Click on any portion of the white space in the preview window and then press tab on your keyboard. You'll see the link change to green. Oh. To see the previews, you'll need to enable the interactive editor. Okay. And finally, we have active. This state applies to links that are being activated by the user. This typically means clicking on the link with the primary mouse button by left-clicking in most cases. This state can be helpful to show a user element they clicked on is interactive. Enable the interactive editor and click on the link. You just the link turned to black. This happens pretty quick, so you might need to click on it a few times. Alright, I'm not going to click it because I want to go to another tab. Alright, when you use these states to style your links, there's a specific order you need to write your CSS in. Link, visited, hover, focus, then active. You should now know how to give links in your page their own personal flair, while still providing the important information a user needs. Okay. The default state is link. After clicking, it's going to be visited. What order should you style them? It should be link, visited, hover, active. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, while a user. I thought it said after. Hi CS1D3. Hi. How you doing? All right. I thought it said after. While a user is clicking a link is active. My bad. Yay! All right, you guys. It looks like we don't have that much left, but this implies I'm only halfway through. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how much we can do. Basic HTML review. HTML basics. The role of HTML. HTML elements. Okay. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily need to go over all of this. I'll just skim. So we have void elements, we have attributes, Boolean attributes, comments. Okay, then we have headings. Headings from 1 to 6, paragraph, image, lasagna, image, and the alt attribute and the source attribute. We have body element. We have And it's just seaside. Okay, sorry. Seaside. Okay, I'll remember that. Yeah. The numbers make it sound like a Star Wars drink. Yeah, sorry. Seaside. I'll remember that. CS1D3. Beep boop. Okay, section elements. Div elements. Anchor elements. Unordered and ordered list elements. We already went all over this, so this is just a review. Okay, ordered lists, emphasis, strength, figure and fig caption, main, footer, identifiers and groups, IDs, class names, special characters and linking. Okay, yeah, linking to style sheet. Relationship between, okay. The script element. And boilerplate, doc type, HTML, head, meta, title. Okay. SEO and social sharing. Meta description element. Open graph tags. These are one of the ones that, like, I feel like I didn't memorize that much, but we'll see. We'll see what's on the quiz, I guess. Okay. Meta content, website, type, title, okay. URL. All right, media elements and optimization. Okay, iframe, allow full screen. Video, embed, input type. Optimizing media, SVGs, multimedia, audio and video. I'm not reading this all word for word, I'm just reviewing. Controls, loop, muted, source, elements, video, poster, target attributes, self, blank, parent, and top, unfenced top, absolute versus relative paths, path syntax, which we just went over, and link states, which we just went over. Okay. So we did that. Submit. All right, do we have a final quiz? Yeah, basic HTML quiz, guys. This might be the best place to wrap up once we do this quiz. All right, are you ready? Do you guys remembered everything, right? I'm gonna ask the chat for all the answers, cause you guys remembered, right? You guys are ready? Are you guys ready for the? You guys ready for the quiz? I don't know. I might be the only one who studied. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Alright, to pass the quiz, you must correctly answer at least 18 of the 20 questions. Which of the following is not a correct statement about absolute and relative paths? 1. Relative paths are shorter and more flexible for linking within a website, while absolute paths include the full URL. I believe that's a true statement. Relative paths cannot use ... to move up directories, but absolute paths can. I think that's the incorrect one. But let's keep going anyway. Absolute paths start from the root directory, while relative paths depend on the location of the current file. And then both absolute and relative paths can be used to link files within the same website. Okay, that's gonna be this one, is the incorrect one. Which of the following is not a valid target? Top, parent, main, self. I think main is not a valid target. What is the purpose of the controls attribute? It, adds built-in playback controls like play, pause, and volume adjustment. Which of the following elements improves SEO by providing a brief description of the web page? It's gonna be description. This one. Wait, oh, there's two. Oh, name description. Name description, this one. Name equals description. That was close. Okay, we got that one. You're allergic to the test? What? Oh no, your EpiPen. I'll code you an online EpiPen, yeah. It should be safe. What does meta character set UTF do? Defines the character encoding to ensure proper text display, I believe is the correct answer. What is the difference between link and script elements? Link is used to add styles from external CSS file, while script is used to run JavaScript code. Link is for JavaScript files, and script is for CSS files. Script is for adding styles. Link is for drawing JavaScript. Both link and script are used to style web pages. I believe it's this one. Link is used to add styles, and script is used to run JavaScript. Which of the following statements about HTML classes and IDs is incorrect? Hi, Alpha Cunny 1. Wait. Is that the same Alpha Cunny or is this a different Alpha Cunny? Hello. Welcome, Alpha 2. How you doing? Okay. Link saved the princess and beat Ganondorf. Yeah, that too. Alright. Which of the following statements about HTML classes and IDs is incorrect? A class name can be used multiple times throughout an HTML. Wait. Which of the following statements about HTML classes and IDs is incorrect? Okay. Class name can be used multiple times. This is true. The OG image property is used to specify the image displayed in social media posts. I think that's correct. ID names cannot contain underscores and must be unique. I think they can contain underscores. It's the same one? Okay. Hi, Alpha. Alright. ID names cannot contain underscores and it must be unique. I know they must be unique, but I think they can contain underscores. And then the rel attribute defines the relationship between a link resource and the doc. I'm gonna go with this one. I think because they can contain underscores. So, which of the following statements about HTML heading elements is true? Text size remains the same for all heading elements. That is not true. Text size increases. Wait. Oh, which one is true? Okay. Text size increases from H1 to 6. That's not true. H3 is larger than H2. That's not true. Text size decreases from H1 to H6. This is true. Okay. Which statement is incorrect about HTML elements? Void elements contain content and only have a start tag. This is true. HTML elements are the basic building blocks of a web page. This is true. A Boolean attribute is one that works simply by being present or absent in the tag. This is true. Some code bases include a / inside. Wait. This is all true. Which one did I get wrong? Void elements contain content and only have a start tag. Some code bases include a / inside void elements. HTML elements are the basic building blocks of a web page. A Boolean attribute is one that works simply by being present or absent in the tag. Wait! I think these are all correct! Uh-oh. Are HTML elements not the basic building blocks of a web page? Void elements contain content. They do contain content, don't they? Or do they not contain content? They contain content. Right? Image, source. Or do they not contain content? Is it image not content? What's the definition of content? HTML elements are the basic building blocks of a web page. I feel like that's true. A Boolean attribute is one that works simply by being present or absent in a tag. Simply by being present or absent in a tag. Yes. Some code bases include a / inside void. Is it not a /? Maybe it's a backslash. Oh, maybe it's a backslash, not a /. Could that be it? That might be it. No, this one has a this one has a /. And this has content as well. Okay. I'm confused now. I'm gonna get this one wrong. I'm gonna get this one wrong. Void elements contain content and only have a start tag. Some code bases include a / inside void elements. HTML elements are the basic building blocks of a web page. A Boolean attribute is one that works simply by being present or absent in a tag. I'm gonna go. I guess I'll go with I think these are all true. I'll have to find out what I got wrong here, cause I don't know. I guess I'll go with this one. I feel like that's true though. Boolean attribute is one that works simply by being present or absent in a tag. Some code bases include a forward slash inside void elements. I don't know. Which of the following statement about void elements in HTML is true? The forward slash is mandatory. That's not true. A void element must always include a forward slash before closing. Not true. Both image and image are acceptable in modern HTML. True. A void element should never... Okay, so this one. What is the primary purpose of comments in programming? To make code run faster, to store temporary data within code, to leave notes for yourself and other developers in code, to change how the browser displays content. I think it's this one. To leave notes for yourself and other developers. Which target attribute opens a link in the same browsing context as the current one? Self. What is the purpose of the M element? It is to highlight important text by making it italic. What does the strong element do? It makes text bold to show importance. What is the main difference between figure and fig caption elements? Figure groups related content like images or diagrams, while fig caption provides a caption for that content. I think that's correct. Figures used for caption, fig captions used a group. Okay, there's no difference. Fig caption must always be placed outside. Okay, so this one. Why are HTML entities used? To add styling to text, to create hyperlinks, to increase font size, to represent reserved characters. This one. Which of the following statements about open graph tags is correct? Open graph tags are used to style a web page. That's not correct. The OG title property sets the title that appears when content is shared on social media. That is true. Open graph tags must be placed inside the body section. No. Open graph tags are only used for SEO. No. Alright, we're gonna go with this one. Which of the following statements about image formats is incorrect? PNG and JPEG are the best formats for optimized images. That's not correct. WebP and AVIF are better for modern image. True. SVG can scale without losing quality. True. Compression helps reduce image file size. Okay, so this one. What does a loop attribute do in audio element? It repeats the audio continuously. Yes. And lastly, which of the following best describes an HTML boilerplate? A coding framework exclusive for animations? No. Browser plugin? No. Special tool? No. Predefined template containing essential HTML structure for web development? True. Alright, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, I'm finished. Wait, 100%? Wait. I got 100% correct? No, I got 19. No, I got 19. I got 19 correct. Which one? Okay. I got that one wrong. Which one did I get wrong? Let me see. Wait. Void elements contain content and only have a start tag. Maybe when they say content, they mean like after the tag. There's a weirdly it's a weirdly worded question. Okay, I still passed. It's fine. Okay. Submit and go to the next challenge. All right. Okay, guys. I think we're gonna end there. I think we're gonna end there, and next time we will go over semantic HTML, forms and tables, accessibility, and then we'll see what we can do from there. Yeah, let's go! Man, the CSS one has 1,191 steps compared to the HTML one, which only has 293 steps total. So that's gonna be a doozy. But yeah, that was fun. I don't know if you guys learned too, but I definitely feel like I learned a lot. I definitely learned more than I already knew. Like I didn't know like how to make a boilerplate. I just knew the basics. I know that you have to do the doc type at the beginning, HTML head body, but I didn't know like how to do like all the meta tags and all that stuff. And yeah, and exactly how to like do an iframe with the attributes and audio, video, etc, etc. But yeah, so next time we'll move on to more things. Okay, I will see you guys again on my birthday, or my invention day, technically. I will see you guys on my invention day, which is on January 31st, which is on Saturday. I'm gonna do tech chat in the morning, and then starting at 6, I believe I put it at 6 p.m. Eastern, so it's earlier, so normally on Saturdays I do at 11 a.m. and at 11 p.m. This is Eastern time. But I'm gonna start at 6 p.m. and we'll just go for like, I don't know, as long as I can. As long as I can before I like get tired, I guess. So we might go to like, you know, the time that I normally go, like 2 a.m. Who knows how long I will be, but I will stay longer probably than normal. Dodo Thing, I'm so sorry I'm about to go. I'm so sorry. I was just about to go. Ooh, Dodo Thing. It's okay, it's okay. I passed my HTML quiz, my basic HTML quiz. Yeah. Okay, but don't worry. My birthday stream is on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And the theme is gonna be early 2000s games. So we're gonna play Neopets. How's it going? I'm just wrapping up, but I passed my basic HTML quiz. I'm sorry, Dodo Thing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. Ooh, I'm gonna miss you too. But yeah. So the theme of my birthday stream is gonna be early 2000s games. So we're gonna play Neopets. We might play, I don't know, we might play old school RuneScape. Aw, I love you guys too. I might play old school RuneScape. I might play, I don't know. We'll see what Flash games we can get working. Oh, don't worry. I will remember to charge my batteries. I'll see if I can get some of those, what's the company called? It's Humongous or something? The company that does the, like Pajama Sam and like, Freddy the Fish and stuff like that. Maybe we'll see if we can get some of those games going. But yeah, it'll be fun. What's up, Caesar? What's up, Caesar? Last thing, and then I'm gonna get going and find some to raid. Here, I'll start looking. Which company makes? Oh, let me check. I'll be right back. I gotta check. Good question, Caesar. Let me check the brand name. I'll be right back. Okay. It's Cylon, S-I-L-O-N-N. It's S-I-L-O-N-N, Cylon. That's the company that makes my ice maker. Yeah. Alright, anyways. Huh? Oh, was I making a weird face? Again? Ooh. Alright, let's see who we're gonna raid today. Oh my gosh! You guys! Wait. Nyansume's streaming Homicipher? Nyansume's streaming Homicipher? Nyansume's alive? Oh my god, we gotta raid Nyansume. If you don't know, Nyansume is one of my fellow Nexus members. Yeah, they're playing Homicipher, which is a game that I played that was so fun. Alright, let's go. Yeah. I hadn't seen Natsume stream, but I think Natsume streams on Irium, so I haven't really been on Irium, but yeah, I'm so glad to see Natsume again. Alright. Bye Donote, bye JFF, bye Caesar, bye Marcus, bye 200 ponies, bye Toaster. Bye Caesar, bye Marcus, bye 200 ponies. I think I'm doubling up already. Bye Donote. Bye Marcus. Big kids. Bye bye.